Hello! How we doing? We've got a Luxie, a Lizzie, a Caddis, hello, Dr. Marvin, J-Pig, Reaper, a Starmock, Fencer, hello. How we doing? We've got more Dominion today. So we have Boltboyz. These are the Man-Skewer Boltboyz. So this will be the first unit I'm working on. We've been working on a lot of the characters, so if you guys have not seen those, we were working on our little shaman and pot grot the other day. Oops. I did a little bit more work on these guys after stream, so they're a little further along. But we'll try and get them finished up here in the next couple days. So there's those. We've also worked on our kill boss with, where's his little friend? Oh no. Here he is. He's shorter than the paint pots. But stab grot. So I'm gonna decide on Stormcast. I kind of want to go black and gold just for the lulz. I kind of want to do it. So we may do that here on at least the one on the base, because I feel like that's cathartic. And then our first one is our Merc Knob with Belchabana. So that's what we've got so far. I did do some Patreon recording. So if you guys are on our Patreon, !Patreon, we are working on the Killa Boss on Nashtooth. The first video went up on Friday. The next one will go up tomorrow. So if you guys want to follow along with the Killa Boss on Nashtooth, our Patreon is where we do our longer format tutorial videos. So he is up there now. When we have a few more friends in here, I may give you guys a little sneak peek of him. I don't want to post him to social just yet, but I'll let you guys see him. But that's what I've got. Scott has a really cool project too. So Scott is actually going to be painting Yndrasta from our box. What you got planned for her?
Absolutely nothing. I'm making it all up as I go.
You had an idea for her wings. What were you thinking?
No, something like hawk feathers instead of just white.
Yeah. Are the shield and stuff just like dried squig? They kind of look like it. I actually haven't looked at like the book or anything to see like what they actually are. It's just, I feel like it's just a design, but maybe not. I don't know. But they're fun, aren't they? I love the shields. Zelisa says apparently some of them meant to be icons of Kragnos, which is actually kind of funny. Icons of Kragnos when they have no idea what Kragnos looks like, according to the preview stream. Thank you, Prankster Dragon. I had missed that. How are you today? That's great. That's amazing. That makes it even better, I think. How are you today? Welcome everybody coming in. How is our weekends going? What have we been up to? We went out for the first time. We went to a restaurant since pandemic and all that. We went out to eat with my mommy, which was really nice but weird. It's weird readjusting the other way now. But you got to play some 40K. How did that go?
Terribly.
I didn't even ask what you like played against.
White scars. Just stupid. Always get to advance and charge and fall back and charge and 50 billion attacks on the charge. He had a ton of Vanguard vets, so I was dealing with a +2 save the entire game.
Shields also look at the person wearing them, so they all have their own. Yeah, I noticed they're all different. Because like the leader of the Gut Rippers, like his shield is like extra angry, which is adorable. Let's see. I'm good night for long. So a vaccination appointment just over an hour. Awesome. I am glad to hear that, Prankster Dragon. I hope everything goes well. Awesome news that you're able to do that today. I think the Icon Bear Orc is the best example of it. Yeah, I think that's a good example indeed. Dr. Marvin says, been slacking on painting this weekend, just chilling, said. I think my camera is autofocusing for some reason. Even though I turned it off yesterday. Sorry guys, it lost, when we have to do computer restarts, it loses some of our settings. Cool, we'll get this fixed. Sorry chat. 1 second. Oh, okay. I just saw it changing when I moved things around. too. It's my second dose. Should be cut out of this. At least this couple weeks since taking hold. Good. Good.
No,
Well, hopefully you don't have, like, some drastic side effects or anything.
no problems, Caddis.
That second one, it took me out, so hopefully you don't have anything like that. Hopefully all goes well. Let's see. Went out for lunch, and then it was a late lunch. We went at like 2. So then we came home and we just kind of collapsed. I watched Slam play some Red Dead. I stared at Steam and didn't know what to play, so I didn't play anything. And that was about it. What have you guys been up to? Who ordered Dominion? It seemed like the queue was going pretty well. Did you guys have any issues? I think the only thing I really saw was like people were put in randomly, so the wait time wasn't accurate, which makes sense. It corrected itself. Otherwise, it seemed like it went pretty well. Hope you have work tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully not then. Well, the Gut Rivist Shields has a matching eye patch. Mine are in the airbrush room, or I would grab them. Or I would grab them and we could look at the eye patch. I don't think I noticed because I was building really quickly to get everything ready. Yeah, Lizzie snagged a box. Who else got Dominion? Or picked up Gaunt's Ghosts. Did anyone go pick up their Gaunt's Ghosts? Adric, hello, how are ya? Spencer got one from local Game Store, nice. Muse Dominion box is still available. Apparently the combat gauge is sold out. I'm sure they did not make as many of those. Maybe.
I don't understand why people still buy those.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, they're okay. Anyone in chat really like the little combat gauges? I'm just curious. They're kind of handy.
I guess, but so many other companies make them for cheaper. And you can find ones themed for your army.
Hey, Novamunda, welcome in. Looks like Dominion is still available, at least in the UK.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it seems to have worked. How are you this morning? Welcome on in. We are working on Yndrasta, and I am working on the Man-Skewer Boltboyz. Thank you again, Game Workshop, for the preview copy. We have been working through the Kruleboyz all this past week. And now Scott is hopping in and painting some Stormcast. So if you guys would like to see any of the other miniatures, we have them all built. Sorry, we do not have the Hobgrots built, so those will be later today probably. Everything else is built and ready to go. We've been doing some painting. Let us know if you'd like to see anything. Jathan says, I'm glad they're able to keep pre-orders from selling out so quickly. Yeah, I think they did a really nice job. How are you today? Welcome on in. Prankster Dragon says, oh, they're really useful when I played War Machine. Scooby, welcome in. Grabbed a box. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Welcome on in. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are excited for Gaunt's Ghosts, but I don't think I know anyone who picked them up.
There's like 10 copies at the store.
Yeah. It's interesting. If, like, literally everything else wasn't coming out at the same time, I probably would have grabbed Gaunt's Ghosts, but with everything else going on, passed. You want a Holga Cloven Horn on eBay? They're selling before they have things again, which I don't think they're allowed to do. I don't think eBay allows that. Not that that stops anyone, but... I had a big... Oh, I saw that, Kedis. Kedis accidentally used hard coat instead of medium and got some super shiny hair yesterday. Oops. They do look pretty much the same in the bottle, though. Or their bottles look the same. Is the combat gauge just a fancy range ruler, or does it do other stuff?
Fancy range ruler.
Yeah, so, basically it's like the smaller measurements that are really common.
It's 1,
So
2, and
it's-
3 inch on it.
Yeah. So if you've got a lot of combat, things like that, where it's the smaller ranges, I don't know, maybe it's a little quicker than a tape measure, but that's really about it. That's about it. Hey, Pure Hybrid, how are you? Would have picked up Gaunt's Ghost, but ugh, 55 euros. Yeah, I don't... They're cool. If I got a chance to paint them, I absolutely would, but...
Have to pay the named character tax.
But with everything else coming out, I will wait. Deke, hello. How are ya? And what you up to today? People appear to sell from the cafe open. Oh, was it at the California one? I thought it was only at the tournaments.
Who?
The Chaos Lady. They said it was at the GTs.
Yeah, she should have been at the cafe. It was... I thought it was Stormcast and Necron.
Do a lot of 3-inch measurement in Age of Sigmar, so it's super handy for that, yeah. But that's all it is instead of using the tape measure. You've got that for the real quick, small measurements. Jesse, welcome in. How are you today? How's it going? We are painting up Yndrasta. And I have, I'll hop back over, the Man-Skewer Boltboyz. So I'm just getting some skin tones on them. How are you? I still laugh at the $19 bookmark. That is, yeah. That's a lot for a bookmark. That's a lot.
I get them free when I go to CVS.
Right? That's what mine's been for, for a few years. Just move the receipt over to the new book.
I don't know what the receipt's for anymore. Pretty sure all the ink's worn off.
Hey Kohler, welcome in. How are you today? We are still painting Dominion. So I've got our Boltboyz today. So I'm still working through the Kruleboyz. I did do our Patreon recording for the Kill a Boss on Nash Tooth. So the first one is up. It went up Friday. The next one will be up tomorrow. So if you guys would like to follow along, exclamation Patreon is where we do our longer format tutorial stuff. So we're at 3 sessions so far for him. €35 for a box that was €22.50 and about to be, I'm sorry, and used to be €15 10 years ago, I think. I mean, there are new sculpts. You gotta pay that. New sculpts, new molds.
I think that's the Cadian box.
Little things. Oh, the upgrade sprue?
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Oh, I'm sorry. The price of the new guard box, yeah.
It costs money to develop and make new molds.
I have to go, Prankster Dragon. I hope everything goes well. We will see you later. Bye-byes. Thanks for coming by. What do you do with the other 11 feet of CVS receipt you got for buying that 1 pack of gum? You can read 11 books, Teague. 11 books. I may have caved and pre-ordered Dominion despite never trying Age of Sigmar. It's the perfect way to try. Perfect way to try, Kohler. Glad you were able to get a box. It sounds like everyone who wanted one has been able to get one, which is great. The queue system seems to have worked and held off scalpers and all that good stuff.
But didn't paint off the people complaining that there's still copies available.
Yeah, now people are complaining there's too much. Rogue Wolf, hello. Son of Horus, hello. How we doing? How's the weekend going?
Or they're complaining, GW held too many back. I'm like, oh, heaven forbid. The company wants to maximize their profits off of a product.
People just can't be happy. New guard models? Yeah, so Kedis... I know Kedis answered it, but in case anyone else, it's an upgrade sprue. It's an upgrade sprue. Is what it is. So yes and no?
Same models, just additional bits.
Except for my boxes, Adric. At this point, it's kind of on principle if GW pulled the nonsense with retailers. And a few creators online are still pretty salty, which is what Scott just said. Yeah, Adric was able to get a limited edition book, which before this release, I don't think was I don't know that we would have expected. I don't know, man. I just think some people are never gonna be happy.
Like, if y'all are that unhappy, stop buying their
Stop
product. Stop
buying it.
supporting them. If you don't like what they do, stop giving them your money. It's as simple as that.
I think that it seemed like they did a nice job. They got things figured out that people were upset about, and now people are still upset. Rogo says, doing good, trying to switch from Disney mode back to work mode today after being on vacation all last week. How was it? I feel like Disney's always magical. Hope you guys had a good time. Because that was graduation gift, right?
Mm-hmm. I saw photos.
Oh.
Again, people on Facebook.
I got a 20% discount from local hobby store. Figure I treat myself for starting my new career. There you go. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. I want to see the price development of Eldar Guard and compare to inflation. This is a good week so far. Kickstarter I backed completed with a ridiculous total. I went and ordered some battle foam for my Armada core kit. I am happy. Good. Glad to hear that. Hopefully you have fun with Armada here soon. Cool that you're getting into it. Who else in here plays Armada? Little Horses, I managed to completely cover my finger in Iron Warrior's paint just by putting mixing balls in the pot last night. How did you manage that? How did you manage that?
Kind of drop them in there.
Yeah, you don't have to put your finger in it. Did you know that?
That's rude.
A wise person once said, there's two things wargamers hate. The way things are and change. It's, yep, that's pretty accurate. I really like the queue system Emo's used for the first time. A lot of people apparently hated it. Really helped with scalping. Yeah, it seems to have fixed a lot of issues, which is great.
And like, would you prefer scalpers to get it?
Oop, I get back to the cauldron. Rogo says, it was great. If you get the chance, eat at Cinderella's castle. It was the best meal. What'd you guys have? What did they cook up at Cinderella's castle? I haven't been to Disney since I was itty bitty and I barely remember it. I remember the Dumbo ride. And I remember my brother getting sick. That's what I remember of Disney. Maybe we go again. To be fair, they did a great job with the store rollout. I think it's more they could have done both. Well, then the other thing is the US copy is getting delayed. Which I did try to find. Teague and I were talking about it this morning. Tried to find where it said that on the site, and I didn't see it. But our store did email saying that.
That's just a Twitter post.
That their well, yeah, but it needs to be on the store.
Well,
they got it from something. They had it quoted, so I don't know where that was, but you should go. It's fun. I'm sure it's a much different experience now older. I don't know. It seems really expensive to just
was it like
go without kids, I guess.
$200 a night or something.
Yeah, it's pricey.
I don't care about Disney. I think they need to be broken up.
Okay, sorry. Trying to figure out the rest of those metallics. There's no reason they couldn't have a queue and given good allocations to local games. I feel like they're just trying to figure it out, honestly, for the allocations. I think they're trying to get the mix right, and they're just not there yet.
I think stores are getting their allocation, just not all at once.
Yeah, that may be it too, is they're the delay they're talking about.
Yeah, because I expect our locals still to get 70, 80 copies over the release.
think they're still trying to figure it out. Kata says, I've already made a massive noob mistake in Final Fantasy XIV, joining on a double XP server and not doing the main story. I'm level 40 doing the main story that's meant for level 15. Just so I can unlock Bard. Whoops. Whoops. Well, now you've learned. Yeah, I had a little bit of that. Even without the double XP. Where I ended up, like, way ahead for some parts. If you do a lot of, like, extra stuff, it happens really quickly. A local game store got 12 copies available for pre-order. I don't remember what our store said.
He did not say. I think he expects that he'd probably sell 80 to 90.
Our area, again, is very 40k heavy. So he was saying that he didn't expect it to be like Indomitus, but...
Yeah. Yesterday they still had a Kragnos box.
Yeah, that was surprising.
But you can't find Bellicor.
Nope. Hey Mazda, local stores says they typically get the product two plus weeks later. Yeah, that's another thing, is they're getting delayed for the stores. So they get like these huge shipments with everything that should have been ordered.
I've seen people that ordered from GW Direct were getting delayed shipments.
We're getting delays, yeah. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, some people that did like the limited sister stuff are still waiting for it to ship.
Mm-hmm. So they're still figuring out some things.
There's still a huge shipping issue too, just globally.
Patrick says, in other news, started a new army. Do you mean Dominion or you mean a different one? I feel like I should double check on that, Adric. From Dominion? Apparently you're not supposed to do side quests if you don't really need to, which my WoW brain forces me to do. I did initially when I was playing 14, because I'm like, oh, well, I want the story and stuff. And then I realized how much story there is, and I'm like, oh gosh, I can't do all this. And then I started going just main story.
I felt like I was over leveled doing just the MSQ.
Sometimes, yeah.
And like daily dungeons.
Switch back to Yndrasta for a little bit. Just getting some pretty gold on her.
Jet stretchy there.
City's a Sigmar. Look at you. Now I think I remember you talking about it. Now I think I remember. Sigmar's got some cool stuff. I still feel like they're in that weird spot where it's like everything that doesn't have a battle tome. So it'll be interesting to see what they've got next. Hey Riptide, how are you? We are painting up, we have a preview copy of Dominion. So we are painting up Yndrasta from the Stormcast side. And I am painting up some of the Boltboyz for the Kruleboyz. So Scott's we haven't done a lot of the Stormcast side. But let me show you what I've got for the Kruleboyz. We started with our Merc Knob with Belchabana. So there he is. I'm gonna figure out the swamp bases probably tomorrow. See how I want to do those. Then we move to the Killaboss with the Stabgrot. So I think we're gonna go Heldenhammer for the Stormcast. Go black and gold, live it up. Do it for the lulz. Then we did our little shaman, the Swamp Kala Shaman, and Potgrat. So they're coming along. Did a tiny bit more work on them after stream, just because I wanted more of them blocked out. And then I have been working on, do you guys want to see the Killaboss on Nashtooth? I've been working on this one for Patreon. So if you guys would like to follow along, we're doing a full video series on the Nashtooth. Exclamation Patreon. But here's where we're at so far. Little sneak peek for you guys today. So I'll do probably another session or two before he goes as a sneak peek on social. But you guys can have a little taste today. So that's where we're at so far on the box. Everything else is built and ready to go. But he's been a lot of fun. So we'll keep working on him. Hey Magos, how are you? What you up to today? It's Dominion 40K Age of Sigmar. It's the new launch box. But yeah, that's what we've got. So now I am working on, this is the first unit of the Kruleboyz that I've been working on. The rest have been all the characters. So we've got these, we have the Gut Rippas, which are just kind of the battle line dudes for the Kruleboyz. And we have the Hobgrots that I need to build today. So that'll be the last unit to build. Just because there's a lot of them, so I haven't done it yet. Been too busy painting. How'd you choose the color palette? So for the Kruleboyz, I actually really like the studio paint on them. I think they did a really, really nice job. So I've been kind of sticking to it and doing, kind of adding in some of my own little color workups. Scott, how did you decide on Yndrasta?
Gave up on trying to figure out something in the studio. Honestly, that's what it was.
Rodzilla, welcome in. How are ya? You're like my source for GW. No worries. Yeah, Dominion is the launch box with Sigmar 3. So the new edition of Sigmar, they released this box as a new way to have introduce the Kruleboyz and put out some more Stormcast. I put the card here.
It doesn't help me.
Oh. Magos is cleaning some Necron bits. I plan to use for dry brush practice. First time painting Necron blades. Rather practice for trying to paint the real minis. That sounds like a good idea to me. Yep, having those practice minis can be huge. Try different techniques. Color schemes. That's great. Well, awesome. I hope you enjoy. I'm sure you're able to dive in there. And I guess we already have our hobby news that we would normally do at noon because the video was leaked early. So this week, it sounds like they're doing Age of Sigmar, like learn to play type content on Warhammer TV. So if you guys want to check out the new edition, that will be on their channel this week. They also showed Blood Bowl teams that are made to order. So it looked like it was High Elf and Vampires getting their Blood Bowl teams. And I feel like there's one more thing and now I can't remember.
Probably 500 different books. I like to do books.
The Blood Bowl teams I know is the big thing they had last. I feel like I missed something in between. Is Yndrasta easy to build?
All of the models are in the kit. Yep.
Everything in the kit has the... I feel like all the big boxes are easy to build now. Indominus, Dominion.
Yeah, almost every launch box has been easy to build. Vengeance was, Imperium was, Indominus, Soul Wars.
Yeah.
The one in between Soul Wars and Dominion. No, there wasn't one, was there?
I think that's it.
Smaller boxes.
Hey Ringlicon, welcome in. Finally got back to painting and building yesterday. First time in since before Catacombs released. Welcome on in. What are we working on then? What did we build? Tell me everything. What have we got? And if you have any questions while you're diving in, let us know. We're happy to help. When did we get into painting? So Scott started before me. When did you start? I was trying to remember what box you had said.
Over a decade. First time I think was 3rd ed. I tried it, where it was the Marine Dark Eldar box. And then we didn't really get into it until 6th edition.
Yeah, I would say 6th ed 40K was when we both got interested, picked up models, wanted to give it a shot.
I have Reichland and Seraphim, if you have them both.
Captain Dope, welcome in. I'd make fun of what squirrels eat, but it'd be a corny joke. Ah. How are you today? Thank you so much for this joke. Thank you for this gift. Hope you were having a good one. Interesting, such an important HQ be easy to build. Yeah, it's just everything in the boxes.
That's what they do.
The intent is, yeah, that you can build it quickly and get to playing.
I would say it's actually better for a character like this. Outside of her legs attaching to the base as they are sculpted, it's worth it. I would have liked to see her slot onto the base, and that way her cloak on the back could have been separate too.
Oh yeah.
It's part of the tree.
Yeah, I think that would be my big thing. Separate cloaks or something I would really like for most models. Keep that separate, please. Let's see, Wrinklecon built and painted base Lady Olander. She's a jerk to build and paint. Also getting around to finishing my catacomb scene finally. Yeah, I would imagine Olander's a little more delicate. I feel like a lot of the Night Haunt stuff is.
A lot of them are still triangulated.
Yeah.
Support.
But it can still be kind of tough. Especially if you're just getting back into it too. Oh dang, you guys are halfway through the community challenge. If you guys would like to, the community channel point challenge is live. If you'd like to throw some channel points toward that, when we reach our goal, we'll gift out 5 subs to the community as a thank you. You guys are halfway there already. So thank you, thank you. You surprised everything's still in stock. Do you think the digital queue helped ward off starvers? Hey Mikey, how are you?
Yep.
Seems to.
I wonder if there was another back-end system implemented on addresses, preventing people from getting too many per household.
Seems to have worked. How are you, Mikey? Hoping it holds out till tonight, says Wrinklecon. But then I'll know if I can buy a box. I mean, from what we've seen, seems to be working pretty well, which is awesome. I think they got it all figured out.
A really red gold Gehennas.
Yeah, it is. I think I use it with Balthazar.
I
It's
don't
almost
say,
a
you need to-
coppery.
Yeah, go into the coppers.
Yeah.
This isn't a gold.
Sell the metal tokens, I think it'll be good. Yeah. No, they've done very well with this one. Did you pick up a box, Mikey? I can't remember if you mentioned you're grabbing one or not. Did order one? Awesome. Address solution was what I was wondering. Digital queue is fine and all, but I mean, I've got 6 devices in my house on my own. My brother has 4. We queued up on each one. Bam. Scalpers sure as shit can be prepared for that since that's their income. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I think there's something more back end. Because we still see plenty of stock on their web stores.
I mean, it makes sense, which is how much is still available. It's not like they're gonna advertise what they've done, so
Yeah.
I think that makes sense that they've added even more
I know.
than maybe we thought.
I did see somebody say they got 2 copies, so they weren't
Okay.
limited to 1. It may have been 1 per order, but either way.
Yeah, the fact that you'd have to hop back in queue is helping too. Jubilant Jackrabbit, hello, how are you today? Welcome on in. How is your weekend going? How's everyone's weekend going? We kind of talk weekend at the very beginning, but if anyone's hopping in, what have we been up to? Voodoo, thank you for that sub. For 43 months of support. Can I get some love and hype in the chat for Voodoo? How was your weekend? What you been up to? Welcome, welcome.
Sounds like we seem to be coming through.
I didn't hear that one, but... Hey, Galba, welcome in. Conflicted on whether to order this or not. What color do you spray your models? I can't tell if it's white or gray, so it's actually a bit of both. We do a zenithal. So we do black primer, and then we do a white zenithal from the, usually from the top, but from a direction for our highlights. How are you?
No gray primer for me, ever.
Yeah, usually the gray is just that gradient between that black and the white that we do. Jack says, I'm looking at frequently used emotes and has a few that I'm reasonably sure I've never used in it. Interesting. I do need to see if the, like, the built-in animated, if that really works for any of ours, until I can get actual animated ones, like commissioned. I need to do that today. I meant to yesterday and I forgot. I was Patreoning instead. Voodoo played a bunch of board games yesterday. First local game store meetup in over a year. It was super fun. That's awesome. What are some of the games you played? Very old soul. There's a League of Supposed New Grey Knight action figures. They look pretty sweet. I feel like I saw this but didn't realize that's what that was. Scott's pulling it up real quick.
No.
Oh. Hey Panthera! Been playing enough Guilty Gear Strive. I think I induced stick drift in my controller. Luckily I ordered a stick and it's arriving tomorrow. That is a lot of Guilty Gear, my friend. How are ya? And who do you main?
Wonderfest is up in Japan, is why. Or Shanghai, China.
Okay.
Looks like we got Paladin.
Aw, Bill,
Happy
thank you
Father's
for
Day
all
to
the
y'all.
bits. Happy Father's Day. That's right. You guys, happy Father's Day for those celebrating today. How are you, Bill? Thank you so much for the bits. What you guys doing today? Never seen that priming technique before. So, I actually have a video on my YouTube if you would like to see more. Exclamation YouTube. Let me see if I got it in my thing here. I don't. If someone else could do exclamation YouTube for me. There is a video if you'd like to see it. I do it with the airbrush, but you can also do it with rattle can, just kind of using the same ideas. But if you would like to check out the Zenithal Prime, it is on the YouTube.
I feel like we should do a model just to have with the rattle can Zenithal.
Yeah.
So it's doable. It controls a little tougher, but
Yeah, can still be done.
accomplished.
But the basic ideas of Zenithal is in the video. You can adapt it. Jack Rabbit's asking Scott, what did Simon get you for Father's Day?
Wake up at 1:30 and 5:30.
Yeah. Our old man likes to, he's nocturnal. Let's see, Panthera's mainly Leo, but interested in Nago too. I've watched Slam play a bit and a couple other streamers. Just trying to think what I've seen the most. And now I can't remember Slam's character's name. Potemkin?
Oh, yeah.
Bill says, I've been mostly putzing around so far. I'm about to head upstairs and prime some Daughters of Cain. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Did we get?
What?
We didn't get the YouTube link, did we? Oh, we didn't. Okay.
Thank you for yourself. I'll check it out. Yeah. I hope that helps. If you have any questions. Hope that helps.
Confurioso. Since you play White Scars, and I played against them yesterday, if you decide that you're going to run a ton of Vanguard vets with storm shields and chainswords, I will fly over there and smack you upside the head.
Kick your ass.
69 Vanguard vets with storm shields and chainswords.
Nice. Nice. Here's this disclaimer. I've yet to play a game with scars. So I can't beat him up yet.
It was ridiculous.
Nice. Thank you, Chad. Potemkin is the big dude. Yeah, that's what I've been watching the most of, because that is what our friend Slam Gwinius. I don't think he's in here this morning. That's what he plays. So I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of is it Giovanna with the dog? Valentine. I've seen a lot of that one. That's what I've been watching.
Also, GW, please knock repulsors down 100 points. They are incredibly overpointed.
Where says this? I'm avoiding mini marines for 40k, so no worries, Scott. But now I know what to bring when I come visit. Mikey says, I can't decide if I want to add to my anvils of Heldenhammer or do a mixed Auric war clan with Kragnos. Both are armies I love.
Well,
I don't know, man.
if you get
Kragnos.
Dominion, you can do both.
Yeah. Yeah, you are getting both. No decision to be made. You're already getting them.
For reference, on
I'm
the
confused.
repulsors, put everything except the laser destructor into unit. So it's storm bolter, heavy bolters, frags. It's like 6 different guns. One guy, one model. It was 40 to 50 shots.
Yikes.
That 2-up armor save is ridiculous.
Yeah, Scott went to a kind of learning game with one of the guys who does the tournaments here in our area to learn 40k, and then so he can teach me later. So he finally got some game time. Aw, Savage Gopher, thank you so much for that sub. For 24 months, 2 whole years. Can I get some love and hype in the chat for Savage Gopher? Thank you. How are you today? Welcome on in. Looks like a bunch of the main mini exchange stuff has arrived or started its journey. Yes, so they're starting to come in. If you guys have not shipped your May miniature exchange, please make sure that you do that here very soon. Because, yeah, the first ones are arriving to their new homes, which is super exciting. Make sure to post up when you get your models. I checked the post office Friday, and ours weren't here yet.
Okay, I was going to say, ours is going to the P.O. box.
So I'll be checking, I'll check again next week.
It'd be
at
nice
some
to
point.
have shipping so we know when.
That's the one hard part about it being a little more surprise, but
Yeah.
I'll just go check it.
Okay.
Savage Gopher says, loving the day off. Still painting orcs, thinking about buying a knight. Which knight you getting? Which knight you looking at?
I don't understand your singularity there.
Aw, cheesy barbarian. Just want to say I've been coping with the loss in the family by watching you guys in your streams. I want to say thank you for putting yourselves out there and creating this content. Love you guys. Love you. Thank you so much for that. That really means the world to us. Thank you. I'm so sorry for your loss. But glad that we can hobby together through it. Can we get some Nikki K hearts in the chat for Cheesy Barbarian? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So sweet. Why did he bring 69 Vanguard vets to a teaching game?
That was his fun list.
Because that's our community here.
No, it was actually fine. It wasn't. Had I taken something besides 3 repulsors, I actually could have dealt with it. I took out about half his army, but I tied up nearly 1,000 points in 3 models.
Thank you, chat.
As far as your question, Mikey, I do not know. I have played 1 game of 9th in a year and a half. And I will always fall back to take what you want.
Wait, you took 3 repulsors? I take it back. You deserve each other.
1 executioner and 2 transports.
Chris is like, no, sympathy gone.
His captain on bike, 1 shot. 2 of them.
Sympathy gone.
Single guy on bike had like 8 attacks, doing 3 damage apiece.
Yeah, so now that Scott, did you say you have a good grasp on 9th, or like enough to get through with the book?
A lot of it is similar.
But different.
You do have the command phase for things like rights from your chaplains, and a few other things like score there. The biggest thing is learning missions and what secondaries to pick, because there's the main rule book or general handbook secondaries, your main codex secondaries, your supplement secondaries to pick from. But you can only pick 1 from each type. You get 3 secondaries they only cap at 45 points. It's a lot to learn. But the actual flow of the game is similar.
Oh, thanks for lurking, Terrea. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you, thank you. Cons on bikes are balling. Keta says, remember, game is driving fun. If you're having fun by being competitive, by all means, go for it. I think, absolutely agreed. For learning games, I feel like, bring it down a little bit.
There's a social contract there.
Yeah. For learning games, maybe tone it down a little bit, but no, absolutely.
I'm not a brand new player. If I were, he would have brought a very different list.
Carissa says, the cover and targeting system also seems tricky. How did you find that?
We really didn't run into it. We did, they made a very fun piece of terrain. So 5 inches tall, it gives obscuring, meaning you can't shoot through it.
Okay.
It's a chain link fence, 5 inches tall, so you can see through it.
Yeah.
And this is where it comes into play. If one model on either side is touching the base for the terrain, they now use physical sight. But if neither model is touching the base, you can't see it through it at all because of the keyword. Obscuring.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's going to take some getting used to.
But it's the same things. You can't overwatch if you can't see the model. Combat changed a little bit. It used to know all the chargers, and then I pick a unit. It's now the other person picks in the combat phase who attacks
Who goes first?
Yeah, which I thought was weird. I'm like, it's my combat phase.
Yeah.
I should still choose.
That's dumb. What's the,
I don't know the reasoning behind that.
As someone who likes to charge, this is concerning. Mikey says, I got the Forge Road Graze-Layer bits in the mail, so I have some cool storm shields, axes, and more Space Wolf heads to convert some awesome Blade Guard. Awesome. Love it. Love it.
And we didn't have it, but the whole fight first, fight last flow chart is stupid.
So the emotes are our dog Simon. He looks a little bit like a cat just because of the ears. But if you guys would like to see Simon, if you're new to Simon, exclamation Simon, and you can see he's a little shelty. But that's what our emotes are. Of course, Deke, enjoy Father's Day. Hope you guys have fun. You'll have to let us know what they've got in store for you. Happy Father's Day again to everyone celebrating today. We'll be calling Papa Sullivan later today.
I figured I'd just text him and not talk to him at all.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. I'll call him.
Guess he's my dad now. Sly, welcome in. How are ya?
Hey, Sly.
What you up to today?
Wash.
There's our Simon. He's our little derp. He is about to be 12. So he's our old man. But still our baby. But that's who all the emotes are. Dances with Cats, hello. How are ya? It's good to see ya. What you up to today? So I'm trying to figure out what color I want this leather back here. Do you all have like a top? I can't decide, so I'll come back to it. Best emote. Family that helps the other derps together stay frosty. Yeah, does anyone else have Father's Day plans today? What are we up to? I just got my pre-order in FOMO. You pick up Dominion? Or something else? Oh, the herps together. There we go. I'm like, wait a second. Jackrabbit says, one thing I like about the AdMech is you can bring one Questerous Knight with each detachment with no command point cost. It doesn't mess up being Battleforged. It makes thematic sense. I like Knights, and it makes using them as support rather than the whole army usable.
Yeah.
It is cool.
And then you get AdMech, which are brokenly strong.
Yeah. Win-win. I've never seen any emote that shows this expression. What? For that emote, I pulled a Full Metal Alchemist screenshot. Was my reference image for my artist. So I snatched it right out of an anime. Cheesy Barbarian says, Vanguard vets go burnt. Can I get some Hex go burnt in the chat? Please. I need it.
They did go burr indeed.
Ryan says I'm grilling steaks and then taking them to the parents' place for dinner. Yum. Bill says my daughter has a 10-hour shift today and tomorrow, so we're gonna do something on Tuesday for Father's Day with my mom. Ooh, Adric's getting board games and homemade brisket. Amazing.
Nice.
Nikki says my dad lives in Florida, so nothing. He's up here in April though. Sonamore says I messaged my dad, Happy Father's Day, Pop. Phone auto-corrected to Happy Father's Day, Poop. So that's how my life is going right now. Well done, son of Horus. Well done. Full Metal Alchemist. Slam, what's up? How are you? How was your day? Are you recovered from your, 5-hour badger hunt last night? Have you recovered?
I don't want to badger you about this, but did
Ay.
you find one?
Hey. Is there a bigger version of the everything is fine emo? I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Simon's face. It's just the meme. He's just full on staring ahead. Yeah, it's just the everything's fine meme. Slam says, aha, Scott, please. Scott, my sides. It's too much.
You're welcome.
Aha, aha.
Your sarcasm is much appreciated.
Slam did not mention that he has recovered, which, that's fair. That's fair. I still never figured out what game to play, Slam. I think I'm going to try Horizon. But I didn't want to do that last night where I wouldn't hear stream. So I think I'll play that later today. Because I need to play it before the second one comes out. So Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, will be what I play.
You could load it up on the 5 and play it on really nice TV.
Could, but I have my 4 back here now.
But you'll be more comfortable up there.
I need to move Judgment back here is what I need to do after stream. Because it doesn't, well, it's still pretty, but... Hey Telemachus, how are you? Welcome on in. Autocorrect ducking is not a word. It's not the word I want, that's for sure.
It is a word.
Just spent some time going out and beating the local badger population for catharsis. So yeah, I was watching Slam play Red Dead 2 last night and was looking for a badger to make a badger hat. And I don't think any of us knew that it was going to take like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, ducking is a word. It's just not the one that any of us are using. Noob. I heard Red Dead Redemption is good and popular among streamers. It is indeed, Noob. How are you? Have you recovered from the badger hunting stream last night? It was intense, man. It was intense. Even if you hate Horizon Zero Dawn, I mean, you tell me it's one of the best games you've ever played. I don't know, man. I know that you and Scott tend to enjoy those types of games more than I do, but I'm sure I'll like it.
I know you're going to get frustrated in parts with the combat.
I think that's my biggest thing, is that it's a bow and arrow, and I don't tend to like bows and arrows in games. They tend to feel a little clunky. So we will see how that goes. Halfway through beating them, a large man started a fight with me for the 3rd time. Slam in the mountain, man. Together forever. Forever, ever. Voodoo started playing Jedi Fallen Order. Man, it's really fun. I was on sale for $20. All I want to do is play video games. That's how I feel after E3. That's literally all I want to do. And why I was getting so frustrated that I couldn't pick something. And just play it. Yeah, who else? What's everyone playing? What video games have we got? Tell me. Did he tell you there's a starting... Wait. He was starting at a badger location map for most of that stream. Did he tell me? I'm missing something here, so I'm very
You are
sorry.
staring at a Badger location map, trying to find where they are instead of.
Did T tell you yet that he was staring at a Badger location map for most of that stream?
He was staring at the map, trying to help Slame, I think.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me. I'm sorry. I don't know what. It's like he's trying to speak to me. I just know it. You loved Horizon Zero Dawn. See, everyone seems to. If I can get past the bow and arrow or get that figured out, I'll be fine. The only game I can think of better for Horizon Zero Dawn is God of War. God of War is amazing. I am so ready for that next game. God, I love that game. So good. Yeah, when that comes out, I'm gonna play the shit out of that. Play the shit out of that one. Hey, Hulk, welcome in. You've been playing some old indie games? Playing Going to Medieval while watching voxel style settler survival game. My gosh. Why do you make this so hard for me? I've seen some others playing that. I need to hop into a stream or something and learn more about that. So I've seen a few people playing that. Steam does have a lot of demos and stuff up this weekend if anyone is looking to maybe check out some of the games we saw at E3. There are a whole bunch of demos up right now. So make sure you take advantage of that if there's anything you were wanting to see more of.
GB on Jack Rabbit. Yndrasta's spear is actually ranged only. She does not get to use it in melee. It is a missile weapon.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a missile weapon doing d6 damage on a 2 up to hit, 2 up to wound, we're in 2.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. She spears them from range and then stabs them with the sword a bunch.
Fly closer. I want to hit them with my sword.
12-inch move. Not difficult for her.
Cheesy Barbarian says, I've got to leave, but thanks so much for streaming doing stuff like this all the time. Have a great day. Have a good one. Thank you again. We will see you next time. Bye-byes for now.
Bye.
For sure Sanguinius is the same. He eats the spear as a one-time missile, and then it's all sword from there. Interesting.
Well, maybe if he used it more than once, he wouldn't be dead.
Maybe should have mixed up his strategy a little bit.
Yep.
A little bit. Ah, yes, the expected jab. Ah, yes. Man, I'm so excited to paint Sanguinius. We swerve those. Only cry a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit cry. Oh, I did finish Hired Gun the other night. I was talking with Kuzadan a little bit after I finished. And I think for Warhammer fans, I'd give it like a 7, 8. If you're not a Warhammer person, it's a solid like 6. It was okay.
Instead of out of 10, rank it on a scale of Space Marine chapters. Just kind of, what's your mediocre kind of 6, 7 Ultramarine?
Because then people get annoying. I'm not doing it. Then chat gets annoying and I don't want to do it. Conradson, welcome in. How are you? My keyboard is acting weird, says Jackrabbit. It'll make a lowercase y, but not a... Wait. An uppercase? I don't know. You're always annoying. Yeah, I know. I've got to head it off while I can. Because then we get into my Primarch and beat up your Primarch, and honestly, it's annoying. Oh, I don't want to do it right now. I can't. Pure Hybrid says, I ordered 3 things yesterday for my second step into the hobby. I managed to make a mistake during the ordering process of every single one of them. I'm very special. Wait, how do we do this? What did we goof up? I'm curious. How does this work? How does this work? On a scale of Space Wolves to Sons of Horus, I gave it a Night Lords, yeah. No, we're not doing that today. Hope they don't bring any more Primarchs to 40k. They're going to. They're going to. Sorry to burst that bubble, but they're going to. It's a matter of when and who. Which means we have to get some more story going. But yeah, Hired Gun is, it's okay. If you guys really like Necromunda, it's probably worth checking out and playing around with. Otherwise, I had to fight through the last chapter. I wanted to finish the game. The best review I can give of the last little bit there. It does kind of make me want to paint an Ambot, though. I'll say that. They're cool. Minion order, I meant to include primer because of free shipping with a big order. Primer order, accidentally ordered gloss instead of matte. Airbrush, I somehow managed to get an old saved delivery address of my work I haven't been to in almost 2 years. Oh my gosh. Alive in Madness, thank you so much for the sub. For 16 months of support. Thank you so very much. How are you today? How's your weekend? Generally surprised we don't have another Loyalist Primarch back yet. I lost faith in new GW video games after picking up Underhive Wars. It's a shame that that's how we kind of feel about them. They had that big event for the Skulls week that they did. I'm still excited for Darktide. Total War will be good. But yeah, everything else is gotta be careful of. And the orc game that I never remember the order of the names. Shoota's Blood and Teeth. Did I get it this time? That looked kind of fun. You want to get your money out of it. It's finished. I finished it and promptly uninstalled it. Promptly uninstalled it. So that's my review of Hired Gun. Well, you've been playing Jurassic Park.
Stupid Triceratops.
What's the Jurassic Park Evolution? Is that the?
Yeah, Jurassic World Evolution.
Jurassic World, okay.
Hey, build this nice pen. You got food, you got water, you got trees. Like that, you're breaking out of the reinforced fence. Yep. Tranquilized that and sold it off.
Now Kith. Total War 3 is enticing? Yeah.
Happy Father's Day, Scott.
I should probably... I need to learn too. And I feel like I'm at a point where, like, I might just watch a video and have someone teach me because it's not clicking for me. The, like, Total War system. I have a hard time with the camera and the battles. I do okay. I feel like I do okay on the, like, the overworld campaign area. I was doing okay on my Skaven, but the battles... I have such a hard time with that camera. Son of Horse is enjoying playing Lost Crusade on my phone. I meant to look that up when you guys were talking about it. Which, I guess what is the gameplay like? What do you do in it? What do you do?
Oh, my Ankylosaurus also broke out, so I sold that one off too.
Oh, I can't hear these fucking alerts and I'm angry about it. Life of Madness, thank you for the bits. It's Happy Father's Day, Scott. Thank you. For the support.
You're not hearing them because they're not playing. We've heard one this entire time.
Sorry, Life of Madness, I did not hear it. But thank you for the bits. Thank you for that support. Can I get some hype in the chat for those bits? Thank you. You heard it? Okay, I can't hear them. I haven't heard any of them today. So just Null Oil or other shade you're using on Yndrasta?
Seraphim Sepia. I never use a black wash over gold. I'll always use a brown or red. I'm also not partial to the blue or purple wash people do. I think it looks weird.
It's a base build. It has a combat storyline. It's pretty good. Oh dang, Nikki's dropping F-bombs on stream. That's how frustrated I am by it, Bill. Because You guys remember, earlier this week, she talked and she had a different voice. And we were all like, oh good, she's fixed. Apparently not. But if Slam heard her, then I don't know what's going on. Some of the games are fantastic. They just whiffed it hardcore on the later ones. Oh, for the video games, yeah. That's, they give the IP to just so many that it's, unfortunately, leads to a lot of us avoiding them until we hear otherwise, you know?
A lot of them have good concepts, but poor execution. Or they'll give it to a studio that's never done a game of that style.
They need to, what I think they should do, is look at the studios that are doing it well. Fat Shark, Total War. Just give them more things. Because clearly they get it. Clearly they get it. And then give me a new Space Marine game. Whoever can do that, please. Space Marine 2. Give. What would you guys want to see from a, I know we've dreamed up a couple between our visual novels. If you were to get a new Warhammer game, or is there a studio that you'd want to do a Warhammer game?
Y'all were joking about, like, the AdMech repair one, which actually
the simulation
would be a pretty good one, I bet.
I want a horror game. I want a scary game.
You want
Make it grimdark.
alien isolation, but you're running from
Gene
a lictor.
stealers. Yep, that's what I want. Give me a spooky game. Lean into that. Reaper says, moment of truth. The original Chaos Gate was terrible. I don't know why they're making another under that name. I don't know. I feel like that's one people are kind of looking forward to, too. Or at least to learn more. There's studios that started good and learn how to milk their customers. Looking at you, THQ. Nerdboard had some great ideas and even implemented them super well. Customization was fun. Campaign mode showed a lot of promise. But the AI was awful. Combat was uninteresting. Unnecessary 80% of the time. Yeah, I don't think we'll get another Space Marine, but I want it. Or just, I guess what I'm actually saying is take what they did, put it somewhere else. Give me, I don't know, Blood Angel the game. Space Wolf the game. Doesn't have to be the same rights, I guess. But I don't know how that works with, like, gameplay stuff. Like, intellectual stuff. But, like, a Space Marine type game and quality somewhere else. You're trying to evade capture by Drukhari raiding force? Give Obsidian the rights to make a Fallout-style game in a hive like Necromunda? That would be interesting. Live Madness says, I'm doing alright. Been a busy summer already. How are y'all? We're good. Also busy, but it's been good. It's, I think we've realized that summer is here. It's disgusting here. Do you get some time to relax today, Alive in Madness? We're getting 100 Warhammer games. We still don't have a good Stargate MMO. What is this world? Third-person action game with something. Blood Angel the game. That's first choice, you say. I agree. Like, yeah, make it another iconic. Like, if we're not going to do Ultramarines, go Blood Angel. Go Space Wolf. I think Space Wolf was a lot of the card games, though. I was trying to think of something. I guess the Blood Angel's got the battle sector.
Space Wolves had their mobile game.
Yeah. I feel like Wolves have been used a few times.
Dark Angels don't have.
Yes, you got Deathwing.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, the Warhammer Space Marine team actually took part in sort of, not exist anymore. So I'm beginning more Space Marine game. Yeah. But yeah, something similar to that, I guess is what I'm actually asking for.
A Road Rage style orc game.
And good old Egyptian says, Imperial Guard the game. Don't get attached to your guys. It could be like, you say that and I think like Darkest Dungeon. How are you today? Welcome on in. Don't get too attached. Space Wolf game where you work away from tribesmen to Wolf Guard would be pretty cool. Yeah, bring in some like almost RPG type upgrades and stuff. That'd be kind of neat. Anytime I think of a potential 40k game concepts, I remember this image. Imagine possible. I'm gonna look in a second. Slam. Blood Angels. No one likes those. Chaos Gate was very XCOM-like. Was only released because XCOM did well. Gotcha. Okay. Let's take a look what Slam's got here. That does look interesting. Maybe one day, Slam. Let's see. Enlisted is a current World War II game where you play as a whole squad. They're run by AI, and you hot swap between them for different loadouts or when they die. Thematically accurate regard. That would be interesting. That sounds like a good one. Horse Angels. Oh no. And then it's like Battlefield moment to moment. Yeah, that would be interesting. Doing a whole guard squad. I do think it's interesting that Necromenda's gotten a lot of love lately with the new games between Underhive Wars and Hired Gun. I wonder if that was with them kind of re-releasing a lot of the models they were seeking that specifically. So that's interesting. Maybe they're trying to capitalize off the cyberpunk aesthetic being popular. That may be part of it too. That is trendy right now. I like the Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, maybe Cities of Sigmar would be a better fit. That'd be cool. Yeah, that was just my first thought at don't get attached. Cities of Sigmar would be cool for it. Can we get a new Napoleonic era game, please? Any studio goes. Yeah, I don't know much about the don't do a lot of historical stuff. Hey, Sedekin, how are you? Welcome on in. What you up to today? How goes the weekend? I have like 17 Age of Sigmar games coming out. Yeah, Stormgrounds. I know a few people have been playing Stormgrounds. I think a lot of them just feel the same. The auto battle. I keep forgetting about that. Mobile MMO. Weekend good. Getting started in a new D&D game. Awesome, Sadiq. What? Are you're playing in it? Or are you DMing? I might get to play my monk again. I'm excited. Little Scratch will actually get a campaign. You're playing? What character have we got picked out, Sadikin? Tell me all about it. A dinosaur druid? What? What? Well, now I'm jealous. I thought I was playing my Tabaxi, but if I can be a dinosaur.
Not an option.
Just finished a rough paint job. Oh, is it in person? You have Total War 3 coming out. That's fantasy based, not just Stormcast, but that's okay. Yeah, that's out of what you've mentioned, that's the first one I would be interested in. But there is a lot of Sigmar stuff. Yep. Sigmar and fantasy side, I guess. Let's see. T-Rex, animal friend, and summons dinosaurs with a summon nature's ally. Oh, but I could be a Triceratops guy. I'm trying to think if there's any other games that I would want. I think a Space Marine type game is still the top of my list. Sly says, GW video games are an interesting place. GW doesn't fund any video game development themselves. They rely on developers and publishers to fund the projects themselves. As far as I know, they're not allowed to crowdfund a project using GW IP. That makes sense. Yeah, it's interesting to see, like, who gets the IP, gets to do things with it. Kind of just overall approach to it is interesting. I'd love for there to be that point where we're just not like, well, it's a Warhammer game, so we don't know. Like, I'd love to get, I don't know. I'd love for that to get, I don't want to say fixed, but you know what I mean.
You see Eternal Crusade shut down.
Yeah, Eternal Crusade shutting down. This means developers who pitch to GW either need to have very low overheads or a significant level of funding. So again, I'll drop Pick in the Whip Gallery. Not super satisfied with her yet, but it's better than an unpainted mini on the table. Yep. You can always go back if you want to add a little more later.
We also don't have a Battle Royale Warhammer game.
Oh, Battle Royale. You guys ready for...
I mean, Eternal Crusade was the closest we got, but it didn't really... I don't know.
Yeah.
Had the same
Not
feel.
the same feel. You're not dropping in. They're currently at the stage of, hey, it's good for a video game movie style overview. You expect it to be meh, genuinely surprised when it's decent, yeah. The fact they never give, the whole IP, only fractions of it. The only exceptions are Dawn of War and Total War. Big publishers tend to prioritize their own IP rather than building up GW's IP, and there's a lot of skepticism about the number of games that come out, concerns over quality. Yeah, like they've built up this, this reputation now that unfortunately, I don't know how you get away from that other than, you know, stopping all of that, all the releases, focusing on the few good ones.
You throw all the spaghetti at the wall, some of it's going to stick.
Yeah, it's very much a spaghetti strategy. Time for work. We'll see you later, Mikey. Have a good day. Hope work goes well. Sorry. If you have a concept like Total War, which fits very well on an experienced team, global publisher, you'll have better terms. This is worthwhile for a second. Yeah. And I guess that's kind of, if I had to turn the ship around, find ones like that, like Fat Shark, that clearly get it. It makes sense for them. And have them develop other things for you. I guess Dark Tide with Vermintide is the closest I can come up with, where they clearly understood what they were doing with Vermintide, and they brought it to the 40k world, you know? Have some more like that. If that makes sense. If you've got a developer you trust, give it the Space Marine style game. So it says you can 100% wrap up a battle royale as a Space Marine aspirant process. You're a neophyte for a particular chapter, dropping into the planet to test yourself against the other players. Each map could be a different home planet, drop in a Fenris, ball, whatever. That'd be interesting. We making better 40k games, and we're talking about it. If you guys have not noticed, I've wanted to play a lot of video games lately. So it's fun to think about. For every Vermintide, there are how many less good games? There's a bunch. There's so many. I don't think I knew there were as many as when they put them all on the Steam page together. There's so many Warhammer games. There's so many. Not a terrible strategy. There's reputation building, yeah. And unfortunately, there's reputation, I guess, fixing that needs to happen. You're not even building from square one. You're 10 squares back at this point.
I feel like they see it as a way to introduce new people into Warhammer and get them to tabletop. So they rather throw a ton of stuff at it to convert as many as possible instead of really making the quality.
And I guess I'm the type that would just stop playing if it's bad, and I'm not going to make it to the tabletop because the game was bad. Or not great, whatever you want to say. I guess I'm kind of lucky in that I found tabletop first and then went back to play some of the games. And taking the video game as a movie approach like Slam mentioned. I'm not expecting the best. Hey Bear Hugs, welcome in. I always get the feeling to go back and play Dawn of War, but I want to play Black Crusade campaign with new races. Oh man. new Dawn of War with the actual feeling that we all want. Would be real nice, huh? How are you today? Welcome on in. It's too bad they never made a third. But I guess that's the flip side of that coin, right? Kept doing Dawn of War, and now people don't like the newer iterations.
They shouldn't have.
They shouldn't have changed the formula.
They shouldn't have left the base building for one.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a niche market, but that's what got everybody into it.
Saw someone on social spew out nonsense about Age of Sigmar dying, Dominion being a failure since it didn't sell out. You can't. This weekend, I just feel bad for GW. I feel like they did a lot of things right, and people are still bitching. I feel really bad for them.
Yeah.
Like, everything went so well, and people are still out here saying things like that. Yeah. The alternative would be for GW to put together a central strategy bit like they've done with animation. What games do they want to see made? How do you ensure quality? They would get a lot closer to answering those questions if they're willing to invest some of their own funding into it. Absolutely. Instead, they expect a minimum guarantee plus revenue share, and they don't want to share in the risk. And that's a shame. That is a shame. Yeah, could you guys... What if Warhammer Plus included some video game
That's
stuff?
what it was. Warhammer Plus.
Yep, that was the last announcement.
Reminder that on the 23rd, we find out more about Warhammer Plus.
It's what, Wednesday? Today's the 20th.
I guess so.
Warhammer Plus this week. Who's ready to learn more about Warhammer Plus? I am curious in price.
If it's over 5, they've shot themselves in the foot.
I am curious on price. I'd like more information before I say a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But I do want to say price.
Hopefully they tell us more of what's coming to it than...
Yeah. Actual trailers? You guys think we'll get actual trailers?
Nope.
Instead of sound bits? My apathy about Warhammer Plus is boundless. You'd forgotten about Warhammer Plus? Mm-hmm. They have a lot of things happening all at the same time. Slices in other news, Nagash was thwarted in the 10K narrative game on Friday. How did it feel to play again, Sly? Take that, Nagash. That's amazing. Who were the MVPs of the game? I think that's always fun to hear the battle stories. Hint that something more will be a reveal of a reveal stream on Saturday. I hope Warhammer Plus let me stream the old Warhammer music albums from the 80s. Throw it in. No release date, no price till the week before. This is the way. You have to get your pre-order in for Warhammer Plus. Warhammer Plus plus chirp chirp. I agree, Scott. More than $5 and nah, baby, nah. Yeah, you with less content, you can't charge as much. So I guess we'll see. Unless they've got whatever the more is. We'll see. But yeah, I'm interested in price.
Just don't
See
know
what they
what
got.
else they have to add to it.
Exclusive miniatures, they've said. But like, what else? What else could you? Says, I said the game before Broken Realms, Tech Lesson, Nagash were trying to siphon realm energy from, oh goodness, is that Garen? It was great to get dice rolling again. I think we played from 9 a.m. to midnight with about an hour break for snacks and dinner. That's amazing. Sly getting back to some gaming the right way here. That's awesome, Sly. I'm glad you got a game. I know you're really excited for it. How awesome. Y'all ready for some exclusive Stormcast and or Primaris miniatures? Y'all ready for the Warhammer Plus Primaris Lieutenant? I know I am. I know I am. Primecast Stormaris. Plus Maris. Sigmar's minions came along and messed up all of Nagash's plans. Except, of course, he managed to learn enough to proceed with his plans and... Oh, this words I don't know how to pronounce. Haish. As you'll see in Broken Realms tech list. All these names I have read, but not actually heard.
It's almost like they have a website that they could put pronunciation guides on.
Would be nice. Would be nice.
With audio clips of them being said.
Which website? Which website? Which of the 50...
Warhammer-community.com/Age of Sigmar/pronunciation.
Yeah, you gotta make another website for this. Obviously. Obviously. Oh no. Oh no. We didn't mean to meme it, but we did. But we did. I'm angry.
Oh, and the website is only accessible if you have Warhammer Plus.
Sorry, Slam. Sorry. Why is Titanicus not on there? Oh, shit. In order to have a pronunciation guide, they'd have to know themselves. It's also true. Cue it up for the pronunciation website.
They would need, what, entomologist?
Oh, that sounds right.
I think that's the right one. That would be able to provide correct pronunciations based on letter configuration.
I'm just over here like, what would a word scientist be? Sounding really dumb. Get a word scientist on. Slam, you're a resident science man. You're on it. Easy. Sly says, yesterday I secured Dominion, which in hindsight seems less of a victory than it might have been. Today I'm working on the last Cursed City miniature. And this week I have the week off. Today I'm being spoiled on Father's Day. Pretty soon it's time for Roast Slam dinner. And Formula 1 was good. So I don't have a lot to complain about. That sounds pretty much perfect, Sly. We also watched the race. That was kind of intense there at the end. Get my wordologist in here. Let's see. Etymology is about word origins. Linguistics would cover pronunciation. There we go. There we go, Slam. That's what I need you to study for us. You have degrees in wordology and wordonomy? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I say smart things. Sometimes I say that. Sometimes that's what you get, chat. Sometimes that's what you get. That's all I have for you today. Let me just load up a side PhD in linguistics. Thank you. Thank you. This is what you signed up for, being mod. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sly says, it's easy to complain when things aren't so good. It's important to consciously note when things are good. I like that approach. I do like that approach. But no, that sounds like a pretty great weekend to me. Glad you were getting spoiled today. Happy Father's Day again to everyone celebrating today. We'll be calling Papa Sullivan later. Talk to him for a bit. That'll be nice. Anyone else have any other plans for the day? Oops. Sounds like lots of good meals today, which is always good. Good way to celebrate. They did do an AH Sigmar pronunciation guide in one of their books, though. I want to hear it.
Yeah, but, like, have it written out is one thing. People still mispronounce it.
Yeah, I need to hear. Kind of like, if you guys know D&D Beyond. They had, I think it was Matt Mercer go through and pronounce everything.
Matt Mercer did.
Yeah. Like, that would be kind of cool. You've already got everyone doing, like, the audiobooks.
Yeah.
Compile that somewhere. That would be kind of neat. Otherwise, I will take my best shot here on stream and probably goof them up. I signed up for so much and paid an appreciation and exposure. Don't forget that exposure. That exposure check is in the mail. Don't you forget. In the mail. It's Matt Merker, actually. He was in frickin' Demon Slayer the other day when I was watching. I was like, wait a second, I know that voice.
You're in Persona 5 also if you do the English.
He is, yep. He's in everything.
Him, Troy, and what's number 3?
Troy's in 3.
No. Matt Mercer or Troy Baker in the 3rd.
Baker's not in Persona.
No, I'm not saying in Persona. I'm saying in everything.
Oh. Nolan North?
Yes.
Folks, it's pronounced Sigmar. You're welcome. Sigmar. Sigmar. Hammer. Exposure check being exposed to someone else, tell you that much. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, what are we doing? Painting. That's right. Okay. If I had exposure, every time people wanted me to earn exposure, I'd be swimming in exposure, like Scrooge McDuck. Yep. If that could pay my mortgage, that would be fantastic. Fantastic. Good point. Yeah, don't, expose swimming, not recommended. Not recommended. Let's see, what else is going on? I'm trying to think. I'll do the streamer thing again. We have been working on Kruleboyz all this week on stream. So we've been working on, in case anyone has not seen them. We started with our Merc Knob with Belchabana. So this was Monday's stream. He's coming along. I'll do a few more touch-ups, and then we have the, I'm gonna do some swampy bases for them. So there's our first one. And then we moved on to our Killaboss with our Stab Grot. So that was Tuesday's stream. I think I am gonna go Heldenhammer for the Stormcast. So it's just on standing on black and gold armor, you know. I'm gonna lean into the lulls, I think is what I'm gonna do. And then, unfortunately, I had to cancel Wednesday. But on Thursday, we worked on our Shaman and Potgraph. So I did a little bit more work on these after stream, just to get some more base colors on. But there is where they're at. And then a little bit of a sneak peek. Over on Patreon, we are working on the Killaboss on Great Gnashtooth. So the first video is up now. The second one will be going up tomorrow. I did go in and record the next one. But this is where he's at. I'm not posting this to social just yet, so this is a little bit of a sneak peek. But there is where he's at. So this is the one that I will be submitting for the article. So if you guys would like to follow along, I am doing a full video series over on Patreon. Thank you, Slam. The link is there in chat if you guys are interested. I will also be doing PDF guides for the smaller characters, just so we have all the colors and everything together. So if you guys are interested, Patreon is where we do our longer format tutorials. I'm really excited to get back to a lot of Patreon stuff here very soon, now with our new schedule for commissions and stuff. I'm pumped to get going there. But yeah, this is our latest project over on Patreon. So the next video for him will go up tomorrow. But check him out. Thank you, Voodoo. Good old Egyptian says, when Dominion shows up, I'm toying with the idea of painting them not green. What are you thinking of? What you got planned? Or is it a surprise? The big old naked mole rat thing. Yeah, kinda. He kind of is, isn't he? Yeah, heresy. Not greenskins. He says, I put something in the whip gallery for the first time in months. Nikki pulls the ripcord on stream. I get it. I can't even get this exposure. But we got closer to selling that truck. I want that truck sold. Even though it sounded really good for the, 10 seconds it was running. Flying Monkey Prince, hello. How are you today? What you been up to? How goes your weekend? And Paul Radcliffe, hello. Happy Sunday. How are ya? We are working through Dominion. So I've moved over to the Man-Skewer Boltboyz. So this is the first unit of Kruleboyz that we're painting. And then Scott is hopping in, working on Yndrasta. So working on some armor this morning. How are you? What was I just doing? Let's see. Being as I'm an old D&D player, I was thinking of making them more, I know this word. This is another. Is it porcine? Porcine? Like their old monster manual? That'll be cool. Bring in some D&D influence. Having a garage again will be nice. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Was there Whip Wednesday last week? There is not. So, yeah. In case anyone missed it, we had mechanics over. We have a classic truck. It is a 1955 Chevy that we picked up a while ago with the intent of fixing it up. And unfortunately, just time and money, we didn't get it fixed up. So we are looking to put in a little bit more work and then sell it. So the mechanics were here taking a look and wanted to make sure to get that time with them. It went a little longer than we thought, so I had to cancel Wednesday. So sorry if anyone missed that. Just wanted to make sure we got the time with them while they were here so we can get it out of our garage. Dee Dee, welcome in. How are you today? So the plan with the truck is to get it to where it is like drivable. Someone can actually like drive it onto a trailer to be able to take it away. And it sounds like the people we were talking to can do that. So it's a matter of waiting until they get a moment to work on it. So that's good. Try to be there this week. I finished the Circus Demon Prince. I saw it and it was amazing. I saw it. So good. Your stuff's so fun, Paul. The whole army is just fun. I know Greedy had some Bone Reapers to show off. I felt real bad. But it had to happen. So how many Forge World Warhound Titans are you selling it for? Yes, we do all deals in Warhammer. All deals in Warhammer. Dee Dee says, I wasn't tempted in Dominion, but seeing all the limited in stock is making me rethink it now that you're not fighting for it. I can understand that. I can say it is a nice box from working on it here this last week. There are a lot of fun minis in here. What do you think of Yndrasta so far?
It's okay. I'm still
Cool.
not sure. It's a good model, but I'm not sure on my paint. Because I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah, 55. Super classic? Yeah. So we picked it up initially. So Scott has a friend that he has done car stuff with before. He still lived here at the time. He has since moved. So now it's Scott and then me just staring at it like, I don't know anything. So it's time to pass it on to someone who can give it some love. Because that's not us anymore. Not us anymore. And this Warhammer currency, is the Tau drone like a penny? Those are the coupons worth 1/32 of a cent. But yeah, that's part of what we were up to this week, was trying to get all that figured out. If we put more money in, can we get more money back? All that good stuff. Have to see for how much a truck like that can go for. Of course, with everything in the past year, will anyone even buy one? So it'll be interesting, I think, for a little bit. So get it all figured out. Let's see, D&D orcs weren't green until after the Warhammer Warcraft era. Before that, they were very pig-like. Some were tuned gray and a full albino because they were cave dwellers. That makes sense. I think I've seen some of the art where it's more like that. So that'll be cool. Voodoo says, I just want to paint and play video games. I have to spend time with my stupid family today. Ugh. I'm sorry, Voodoo. I'm sorry. The sacrifices we make, right? I hope you enjoy family time. And then get all that game time. The Tau drone line may be a penny, but shield drones annoyingly absorb whole rolls of Melta and las cannons. They sure do. Oh yeah, drones are annoying. They sure do. Like the idea of a regular flesh-colored orc? Yeah. Are they still gray or brown in the official 5th ed art?
Yeah.
They are. Yeah. The one Scott pulled up on D&D Beyond is gray. But I think, in general, like mentioned, Warcraft, Warhammer. But yeah, it looks like 5th ed. They are gray. Ordering some crushed glass for some snow effects. Anything else I need from Secret Weapon, friends? Anyone have Secret Weapon recommendations before Sudikin checks out here? I don't have anything specific.
No. Not really use their products.
Green is sort of color shorthand for nature and magic. When you see it on them as wholly unnatural, flesh color orc is a bit more uncanny valley. Not a joke. Get some of the baby poop wash from Secret Weapon. It's great. Yes, I have heard good things of that wash, actually. Even with its unfortunate name. Even with the unfortunate name, I have heard good things. Yeah, it is gross, but it is a good one. Hot pink colored orcs, let's go. Haley, hello. How are ya? What you up to today? We are painting more Dominion today, so Scott is hopping in. Painting some of the Stormcasts that I've kind of neglected. I was working on Yndrasta, while I'm continuing the Kruleboyz with some Man-Skewer Boltboyz. So this is the first unit that I am painting. I'm working on characters all week. But that's what we got. How was your weekend? Doing good. Bought some Tyranids early. DMing, Fate of Cthulhu session later. Hope you're all well. We're good. That sounds like a great day to me. So wait, Fate of Cthulhu. Is that like Call of Cthulhu? Like, is there a difference? I've not looked into their system quite as much. Or is it like a completely separate thing? Anyone else playing some RPGs? You got any other fun characters? Sudikin's gonna be a dinosaur later today. I'm gonna get my monk ready for a campaign. Anyone else playing? You've got T&D later today. It's weird going back to like batch painting after all those characters. I'm feeling it today.
How are those models to paint up?
They're nice.
How many do you have? 10?
3 of the...
Oh, you're on this.
I'm on the, yeah.
You can almost get away with paying them like characters when you only have 3.
Yeah. We won't go probably as much as the characters, but we'll get them. Do a nice tabletop. I really like Fate's system, but I've never made work in a proper... Okay, so it's a Cthulhu campaign on a different system, it sounds like. It's a Fate game if you're familiar with Fate at all. It's about time travelers who have come back from a bad future, where the elder gods awoke, conquered the earth to try and prevent it from ever occurring. That sounds pretty intense. Now I'll have to look up the Fate system. I'm not familiar with that. Sonamore says, I think my DM's trying to kill off my changeling rogue. I have my old gnome barbarian ready to take his place. If you thought my rogue was a chore to deal with. That's the thing, right? If you don't like this character, oh boy. I'll make the next one just as annoying. I guess why is the DM trying to kill off your rogue? Did you find something just like crazy busted or something? Because rogues are nuts. My brother played a rogue. And like, the checks and the damage he was doing was ridiculous. Was there anything else from your game yesterday that you thought was interesting from, like, 8th tonight? You were poop, so I didn't really get to ask you a whole lot about it.
It's been so long since I've played 8th, it was practically just a new game. Anything weird?
Yeah, I guess if anything surprised you, or...
A lot of it's just so much to remember. Some things score at your command phase, others score at the end of the turn, some are end of game. And then you're keeping track of 3 secondaries, your primary, trying to not deny your opponent.
It does sound like a lot.
It's a lot more.
I'm gonna struggle with that. I already struggled with remembering to use stratagems.
Yep, there's stratagems too, I forgot to use. I still had like 6 command points at the end of the game.
Son of Horse keeps changing into all of his NPC main characters. That makes sense. Yeah, that would be annoying. Let's see, I really want to give Trail of Cthulhu a try someday. It's like classic Call of Cthulhu, but you have a special can't fail investigation skills. The idea is if your character knows their stuff, they never miss out on a clue. That sounds kind of interesting. I kind of like that that's like super story focused then. Like it's probably a bit more linear, but then you can make that story as, I don't know, crazy complicated as you want, because they're gonna find everything. If that makes sense.
Scarlet Citadel, they talk about, okay, like investigation checks. In order to get aid, the person aiding you has to be within 2 points for the same skill.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, somebody else that's, oh, I have investigation, but I'm only a +3 versus your +7, they're not going to be really able to help you.
Hey Decker, welcome in. How are ya? Welcome on in. We are working on more Dominion. So Scott is working on Yndrasta, or the Stormcast side. We're finally starting the Stormcast side. Well, I am working on some more Kruleboyz. How are you? I love the is that gumshoe system? The Trail of Cthulhu is based on. Gumshoe system's cool. I really love the lore of esoterists. Man, all these systems I need to look up. I'm just a baby when it comes to the tabletop RPGs. I'm just now starting some of them. I do have the Call of Cthulhu, like, starter set that I do want to play at some point. We had tried Pathfinder, which I didn't care for because it was super crunchy.
You don't want to play Excel and Dragons?
I do not want to play Excel and Dragons. Didn't care for that.
Stir this paint up. It looks
But that's all that I have been able to try so far. The heat made me tired, so I just woke up. It is, yeah. At least here, it is getting to the point where it's just gross out.
I forgot how exhausting mentally playing Warhammer was.
Especially when you're learning.
I took, what, an
Yeah.
hour and a half nap when I got home?
Yeah, you came and crashed.
So I'm going to be needing to play almost weekly build up some stamina there.
Cross has a lot of options for changing setting stuff, so just getting familiar with Lovecraft doesn't mean you really know what's going on interesting. Decker went to a Major League Baseball game on Friday. Oh, at 105 temperature. Then I was out with the dog for 2 hours last night. Oh my gosh, yeah. Make sure you get lots of water today. That's a lot of time in the heat. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that. Again says, sadly, I'm playing Pathfinder. Called it D&D, but getting my friends to play anything else is like pulling teeth. The Pathfinder people are Pathfinder people, is what I've discovered. You're a Pathfinder person. Aggressively Pathfinder person. It's interesting. Are you doing second ed? Is that again? Call of Cthulhu is still a great game. Probably the best module support of any RPG ever. Yeah, I'd like to play it. We moved our D&D group online. So we kind of finished that campaign. And then with summer, it's just hard to get like another one going. So I may be playing with Scott and some of his friends instead, until we can get our home group kind of rounded up and vaccinated and all that. But yeah, with summer, when we play on the weekends, it's just gonna be difficult. Dr. Martin says, I think I'm done with my second Marine finally. Now I can focus more on the war suit. Nice. Some good progress. Heat and my nerves were shot. I don't have the spoons to be around people for 8 hours. I understand that. Especially in the heat. Especially in the heat. That already makes me cranky. Varl, thank you so much for that sub for 20 months of support. How's the AC? It's good. It's real good. Huh?
I said it's fine. They can come and take it.
Varl, how you doing today? Can I get some love and hype in the chat for Varl? Thank you for that support. How's your weekend?
I do like that. ERCOT was like, we need y'all to save energy. And Texas as a whole is like, no.
No.
It's summer.
No. Bill says, I want to run a fantasy-based zombie apocalypse RPG. I did find Shadow of the Demon Lord. Looks like a good base to start with. I've had 0 time, though. Said again, nay, they're proper grognards. First edition Pathfinder. Not honestly a huge fan of the system, but I really want to play face-to-face with my vaccinated friends. Yeah, I miss playing in person so much, said again. Completely understand. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Yeah. Oh boy, this doesn't match her either. What color did they use?
Haley's asking for an RPG about snails. Will you be snails? You don't want to play with snails? Jubin says, I'm about to do something I haven't done in a very long time. Put paint on a model. Which model have you got out, Jackrabbit? Happy to hear that. Riley's as hot as well. AC all this next week. And no ERCOT, thankfully. Yep. They're the worst. Actually, the worst. Greedy, hello, how are ya? Previews come out in a few minutes. They do. The video got leaked early, so it's actually in the Discord if you guys want to check it out. The big tip, or the big things for this week were Age of Sigmar. I guess they're doing a stream for learning the game. Warhammer Plus preview is on, I think it was Wednesday, the 23rd. And then some of the made-to-order Blood Bowl teams. There was I think it was High Elves and Vampire teams. So the video got leaked. We'll take a look at the article to see if there's anything else. But that was the video.
Were these the old Blood Bowl teams or the new ones?
I think the old. They look old. I'm pretty sure the preview is just order more Dominion, yeah. Because you can. Because you can. Jackrabbit's painting some Skitarii Rangers. Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
Wonder where you got those from.
I wonder.
GW's line on their website. They're saying her gold is Retributor through Liberator. It is not.
It looks silver.
I think it's silver with a
it's
yellow
silver.
wash, sepia wash on it.
I'm gonna look at this again.
The website is definitely more yellow than that art card.
That's straight up silver.
Yeah, that's
sepia.
that's.
Darian's Pokemon, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome everybody coming in. Sorry, I was trying to figure out a color there. How are we doing? How was your stream? Welcome, welcome. We are painting some Warhammer today. So we actually received the Dominion box from Games Workshop early. So that is what we're working on. Scott is working on a Stormcast, that is Yndrasta. And then on my side, we are painting up some of the Kruleboyz. These are the Man-Skewer Boltboyz. So we got some orcs. How was your stream? Tell us all about it. Welcome, welcome everybody coming in. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Classic Blood Bowl. Yep, Blood Bowl Classic. I might get a second box of Dominion. I already have one on reserve from a local game store. Might try to order one direct and get the extra swag. There you go. If it's made to order, it has to be the old stuff. Can't see them cranking out plastic sprues for made to order. Yeah. I think it said metal in the little preview I saw. Decker says, got the Sisters of Battle book this week, and those girls are scary. Honorverse, hello, how are you today? Found Monkey Paints is still working on Cthulhu Death May Die set. The box will be done. How much more do you have left? Flying Monkey Paints. But yeah, welcome Raiders. Let us know if you have any questions. I know it's a little bit different with painting miniatures. Let us know. If there's any Warhammer fans, welcome on in. We've been working on these and some of our personal armies lately. So I've got a Slanesh army that I've been working on. Scott picked up a bunch of the Soul Blight. Working on that. How go the crossbows? They're good. I was telling Scott it's a little weird going back to painting a unit after doing all the characters this week. I feel like I'm going a little slow. Because we've been working on little one-off dudes all week. But they're good. They're a nice kit. I will say again for the Kruleboyz, for anyone who gets the box, definitely make sure to clip those pegs as you're building.
There are a couple Stormcast that needed too.
Yeah. So just like we do with some of the Underworld stuff, definitely make sure to clip those pegs. How is Yndrasta to build?
She was actually one of the easier ones. Fits pretty well. The wings, as you can see, are left off. They are separate pegs for each of them. And there is no armor on them, so it is just straight wing. Will make painting them much easier.
I don't understand what the bows have to be cross about. Just calm down, yo. Just calm down. Pure feathers. So did I get Darium's Pokemon in chat? I wanted to thank for the raid. Just in case. Thank you again for that raid. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for coming over. We're just working on some Warhammer today, in case anyone caught in ads. But definitely want to make sure I say thank you again. Thank you for that raid. Really appreciate it. Nikki's favorite. I've got my hands full of Sanguinius here soon.
It's really interesting, Bill, because the armored models usually do a really good job of covering the joints. The organic push to fit, you can usually tell where the pieces came together. And I guess it's just because that organic layer doesn't have an overlap that they can hide it under.
Because, like, the armor, when there's some separation, like, it makes sense that there's separation between, like, the body and the armor. Here, it's like, specifically the gut rippers is what I noticed it on. Because it's, like, the middle of their chest. It's really obvious that there's a bit more separation there than if they had, like, it along the armor.
Even the non-push fit, like, the trolls that I built are very clear seam lines.
I'm not sure, Slam, but I want to make sure I say thank you. I am super, super appreciative of both the raid and everyone hanging out today. Thank you. If anyone would like to see the other models from Dominion, please let me know. Happy to grab what I've got. Reminder, we are working on the big boy, the Killaboss on Nash Tooth over on Patreon. The next video will be going up tomorrow. So we did, I kind of broke the first actual sit-down session into airbrushing and hand brushing. So the hand brush section will go up tomorrow. And then I did some more recording yesterday. So we've got more to come this week. That is over on Patreon. Go check it out. I'm also doing a whole bunch of admin stuff on Patreon this week. Just to make sure everyone can find tutorials, find posts. Getting things cleaned up a little bit. Because we're going to be spending a lot more time there.
Hobgrats are not built yet, are they?
Hobgrats are not built,
Okay.
sorry.
If at post article I'm not feeling painting, I might work on them. I'm struggling a bit on this paint today.
Farrell says, I finished assembling my Dreadmere zombies, Fellbats, and Lauka-Vi. There we go. Lauka-Vi's chest piece was murder to get pushed into place. The rest went together well. Love the zombie heads. Creepy AF.
Yeah, Lauka had some bit of fitment
Okay.
troubles.
Yeah, thank you, Slam, for the shout out. If you guys do not know Darium's Pokemon does Pokemon card unboxings and things over there. So if you guys want to check it out, all the Pokemon fans, go check out Darium's Pokemon for me.
Are they one of the stores?
They're one of the
They're
stores.
store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they open up all the packs and you can watch it on the stream, which is fun. I've been in there a few times for like that little bit of the nostalgia fix.
I think what's really cool is they know where that foil is, because there's always like a foil in the pack. So you'll see them like flip over and then do like 4 cards and turn them. So the foil will be the very last one they show off.
Yeah, Darium's been in here before. It's been a little bit, but it's always awesome to have the support. Thank you, Raiders, for coming over. I know this is very different than Pokemon, so I appreciate hanging out. If you guys have any questions, happy to help. If you want to see anything, but yeah, I just feel bad when I can't say thank you. Lando, welcome in. How are ya? What you up to today? Okay, did I get everything? Got it. Cool. Warhammer's exactly the same as Pokemon. You gotta catch them all, right? Obviously. As we all sit here with like 6 armies. You do have to catch them all. But yeah, it's fun for a little nostalgia fix. Do you follow the ways of Grandfather Nurgle? I do not. He does, though. Scott does. Hey, Altogether Gamer, how are you?
He has not accepted that he is the best Chaos God. He just loves all his followers and wants them to be happy.
Slanesh for me. I'm very sorry. How are you? Welcome on in. Yeah, if anyone is lurking, I would like to see our past work. I think Slam had it in chat. But Instagram is a good way to see that. Some of our past projects, our current work in progress. We keep Instagram pretty up to date. So if you guys want to check that out. But welcome in. We're happy to have you. The Pichu heresy. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Basically.
Thinking Pokemon just makes me think of that other game that's been shown off have your critter friends, but also submachine gun.
And you use them as a shield?
Yeah. What?
I want it.
Who hurt you?
I don't remember what it was called. Some Pal World? Pal something? What Pokemon would each Primarch have? Primarchs as gym leaders. Chat, go. This is the perfect crossover that we didn't know we needed.
No, Vulcan's obviously fire
Vulcan's
type.
the fire type, obviously. Russ would be ice.
Who? It's not Perturabo. Dorn would be rock type.
Rock type, absolutely. Yep.
Perturabo or Grim. Iron Hands. I just blanked on his name.
You just goofed me up too. Ferris Manus, thank you.
Manus would be steel type.
Steel type, yeah. Vulcan absolutely has a Charizard. Absolutely. Landis is good. Taking a break from GMing today. Been an off weekend with player scheduling. Played some Midgard D&D yesterday and some Star Trek last night. Might fire up Lord of the Rings online and play. Got it back into it a few days ago. Do you know our friend Glam Shatterskull, who we've raided over to and comes over here? He has been playing Lord of the Rings online. I think they set up a, not a guild. Fellowship. Yeah, they have a fellowship going. Varl just started everyone getting back to Lord of the Rings online. I love it. I need to let Glam know that we've got, was it Lotro players in here? Kerr's Dark type, yep. Or Kerr's Electricity Corvus Dark, maybe. Angron would have a Mr. Mime.
Mortarion is poison.
Yeah. Ferris Manus would be a ghost type. Oh. Who would... What was it? The flying type?
Sanguinius.
It'd have to be Sanguinius, right? Dim Wings? Yeah.
Gulliman is just the deuce. He's normal type.
Gulliman is normal type. Wasted Mind, thank you so much for that sub. For 11 months of support. Can we get some love and hype in the chat for Wasted Mind? Thank you. You come in as we are thinking of Primarchs as Pokemon gym leaders. That's what you've walked into. Welcome in.
I feel like the lion might be fighting type.
I was trying to think if it was like a nightly Pokemon. Not really. Like whatever type they would be.
I'm fighting, because...
Oh, that makes sense. Just noticed an arm came loose on me. Alright, I'll fix it.
Angron is fighting. That's a good...
Angron's fighting, yeah.
There's so many types now.
Steel fight? Yeah, you could have some mixes. You could have some cool mixes. What type have we left out? We've left out fairy.
Fairy.
We left out dragon.
Dragon.
What else do we still need?
Leaf.
Leaf? Yeah, who would be Leaf?
No, the lion could be Leaf with the forest world.
The forest world? That makes sense.
That would make sense.
I think that makes a little more sense.
Horus?
Plus you got your color
Horus is
scheme.
fairy.
Horus is fairy. That's why you rebelled, that's fair. I'm imagining him in the typical, like, fairy gym leader outfit. And, like, yeah, I would too. I would too. There is a Pokemon that... See, that's what I was thinking. There's also, like, the straight-up Sword and Shield Pokemon that I can't remember their names.
Magnus is psychic.
Magnus would be psychic, absolutely.
I forgot how many types there are.
There's a F-load of types. There's Bug type.
There's ground type also,
Ground type?
is different than rock.
Yep. It is. There's so
Ice.
many now. Ice was Russ.
Ice was Russ, okay. So water's missing.
Fulgrim is fairy. Excellent. Perfect.
That's what I was thinking.
I like that. Yep, I like that. He would rock the gym leader outfit. Let's be honest.
With Horus's story, I think Horus would be the dragon type.
See that? I could see that.
Perturabo versus Dorn is ground versus rock.
The Greedy coming in. Sanguineous definitely the ghost type. F. F's in the chat.
Lorgar.
What would Lorgar be?
Bug.
Just annoying
Bug.
type.
He would be bug type.
This is fun, chat.
He is an insect. He's
Literally an insect.
what's the one that looks like a cicada? Because that's all his would be.
So, next video game. We were trying to come up with it. Here it is. Yeah, where's Critter Doodles? Where's Critter
It's a
Doodles?
ninja, yes. That was, speaking of cicadas, I think it's somebody from, like, California or something, like, came to Texas and, like, what is that noise? That persistent droning. Like,
That's summer.
that is the sound of cicada.
It is all summer. It's when you know it's hot out. You hear that effing noise all day.
Alfarius.
Oh yeah, we got Alfarius.
Would this be a dual type gym?
He would just be a ditto. He's not even a
Would be.
leader. He's just a ditto. See? See? Thank you, Chad. He's not even gym leader. He's just a ditto.
'Cause I think all we had left was water?
Oh yeah, we do have water.
Yeah, there's 18 types. I think water's the only one that's left.
It would be water, Chad.
Well, the coloring for Alfarius would work with water.
Yeah, I suppose.
The Hydra.
Alfarius with ditto face. Slam, can you MS paint that for me? Yeah, I think Alfarius being water
You're
makes
going
sense.
to get an official letter from GW saying, Nikki, stop.
Stop. We sent you the box to shut you up. Now what are you doing? No, I hope they're taking down ideas for the next Skulls event. The fighting game wasn't enough. Now we need
There were two other
Pokemon.
types, but they've removed them. The question mark and shadow type.
Well, we got question mark for question Primark, the
Yeah.
removed Primark.
Well, there we go. We have
We did it. We did it, Chad.
determined the Pokemon types of the Primark.
Haley has resting ditto face. Pocknock, welcome in. How are ya? We are, welcome to this madness. We are working on some spiky boys here. We are working on, these are the Man-Skewer Boltboyz, which is actually the first unit of Kruleboyz that I am working on. It's really weird being back to batch painting, but we're making some good progress on it. And we're coming up with which gym leader each Primarch would be. What Pokemon type they would be. So that's the insanity you've walked into.
Games Workshop?
Missing Legion was missing now? Yep.
There.
Yep.
Just.
Alright, so we're gonna pull up the article, which it does look like what we're talking about, but we'll bring it up in case anyone missed it. So we're gonna take a quick break for the Warhammer community article.
Preview, Dominion is here. Blood Bowl Classics return and Warhammer Plus preview
Beckons.
Alright. First, biggest news of all. Age of Sigmar's new edition has landed. It has not landed. It is pre-ordered. So, Dominion. Tokens. I'm really not sure why they didn't do these in round for objective markers. Core book. General's Handbook. Everything we know about. Next up, Blood Bowl. The High Elf.
Look at them, chat. Look at them. Look at these old high elves. Look how much character they have. God, they look awful. Look at them. Yep, with the goblin green bases and everything. Look at them. They're beautiful. So much character. Thought you'd like that, Slam. Those are,
They're so old. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at these, but I've not seen these. And then vampire counts, which are even better.
No, Scott, laugh at them.
They're terrible.
Shame those that would defend them.
They are terrible.
I like that the vampires just have, like, pointy helmets.
They look like a 1950s leather helmet football team. That's their aesthetic. That's all it is. There's nothing to this.
Well, they are metal, so of course, there's only so much you can do
In this
posing-wise.
pose.
Yeah.
But it's just hit.
You know what? They're cute. They're cute. Anyone know which year these are from? Yeah, does it say?
Mm-mm.
Anyone know what year we're talking here?
Some Necromunda stuff?
Oh, the Big Daddy.
Oh, these things are fun. We saw these, what, like
It's been a while.
10 months ago? 1845.
1956.
They're this year. Brand new sculpts. Yep. That's not all. Coming Wednesday. Warhammer Plus preview. What time?
It doesn't have a time. Unless it says underneath.
6 p.m. There it is.
Okay, good.
So it'll be
It does have a
noon.
time. So noon our time. Central time. Alright, so who's picking up some Blood Bowl? The Necromunda ones are cool.
These are like the water effect.
Yeah. I don't remember the actual name.
Pre-order Mercator Siphoning Delegation.
That rolls right off the tongue.
They're water thefts. That's all it is. Water theft.
I took a deep breath there. Yeah, and then we were talking about Warhammer Plus. I want to see pricing for that because I'm curious.
These would be the Forge World models for the week.
Probably. Yeah, I think all the special Necromunda stuff is still
Yeah.
Forge World.
Outside the
Outside the
box.
boxes and stuff. Yeah. Honor first confirming Forge World. Seems they're from the 80s, yep.
Look at them. Look at them.
I feel like they're probably older than I am. Which is fun, but I'm good. Landis says, I'm working on my House of Blades Escher gang for the new upcoming local campaign. Awesome. I do kind of want to work on some Necromunda after playing Hired Gun. I think that's the good thing that Hired Gun did, is I now want to paint some Necromunda. They probably are. I'm pretty sure they are. Simon may need to go out in a second.
Drinking water.
Yeah, that's me in a second. If you guys want to start a Necromunda campaign, I would join. I don't know anything about playing it. So I think if we can find someone who knows how to play. Do you know how to play? Is that again? I feel like there's a lot of systems that, like, it would be really cool to learn. It's just they're not popular here in any way. And that's kind of a shame. Like, I'd like to play more Titanicus.
There is
But,
currently one of the vampire counts on eBay.
mm-hmm.
$166.
Wow.
Not even in box. So that listing's gone.
Yeah. Rip that dude. By way of POC news, I'm still deep in Lord of the Rings Online, and my mustache is still curly. Excellent news on both fronts. Yeah, can I get a show in chat? How many people are playing Lord of the Rings Online? How many people are playing? We watched Glam play a little bit the other night. In fact, if he is still streaming when we need to host over, we may go over there. I don't remember when he wraps up on Sundays. Yeah, we need that.
I'm not finding a release. I found article numbers, but not a release date. Oh, Simon, let's go. Come on.
Played it when it came out. I love playing Lord of the Rings Online. I watched a little bit. If I didn't already have Final Fantasy, I'm playing. Like, it looks cute enough to give a shot. And it's free, you know? Free is a good price. Did I see something about the Warhammer one coming back? I thought it was the fans were like a private server for Warhammer Online. Did I see something about that in our Discord? I'll have to go back and give it another look. I never got to play Warhammer Online. I remember there being a few Lord of the Rings Online folks in this chat, which didn't surprise anyone. No, definitely doesn't. It's one of those things where it's like one person started playing it and now like it keeps popping up. It's like becoming popular again. Watch Glenn play over stream. Thought it'd be a nice change of pace from WoW. Yeah. Saucy Trash, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Can I get some love and hype in the chat for that brand new sub? I really appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in. Let's get some love and hype in the chat. Hope that you're having a good day. Thank you again. Warhammer MMO has a private server it's been running for ages. It's sort of semi-official at this point. Yeah, like there's an article or something that I didn't give a good look in the Discord. I'll have to go back. I would play that. I'd try that. Lotra is where I go when I'm starting over an Outland. Or over staring at Outland, sorry. Change of pace, change of scenery. First edition of Blood Bowl came out in 1986. So yep, older than me. Older than me. You tried, but you couldn't. What, JPIC? You tried what? Thanks a lot. Now I feel ancient. Thank you for this. Oh, wow, it's so long ago. just hammer that home. Just hammer home how long ago that was. It was so long ago. Great. I love it. It's always good when I get to troll back a little bit. That's always a highlight for me. You guys get to do it every stream, and I finally get to do a little bit back. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. 1986. I was in college. Says Flying Monkey Paints. Death approaches. Oh. Always good when I can deal a little back. Alright, so, since we're back to our Kruleboyz. We're getting there. I'm trying to figure out what color I want to do the crossbow. If I lighten that up, they've got the real dark wood again, it looks like. Yeah, they've got dark wood and then brighter on the strings, which actually does kind of help. So maybe we go with that. We'll do what we did with the shaman staff. Just on these guys too, maybe. And we've got the darker wood, and then we'll bring our kind of off-white onto the strings. It's not a horse. Hooray! I'm not the oldest one here. Hooray! Except for Potgrot. Potgrot is immortal. Let's, yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen, we've been working through Dominion this week. This is the first unit that I'm getting to for the Kruleboyz. So we've got these guys, the Gut Rippas, and the little Hobgrots left. So here's where we've got today. Earlier this week, we were working on, we started with the Merknob with the Belchabana. So that's where we were Monday. We are going to be doing some swamp bases, which we will do a Patreon tutorial for. So that's what he's kind of waiting for, is the base. Then we moved on to the Killaboss with Stabgrot. So this was Tuesday's stream with our Killaboss. And then Thursday we had our Swamp Kala Shaman. And Potgrot, of course. There's little Potgrot. There's the badass skull on the back. Still a lot more to go for little Potgrot. We didn't get as far on him as I wanted. And then, over on Patreon, we're doing the biggin. We are working on the Killaboss on Great Nashtooth. So here's a little sneak peek before he goes on socials later this week. Man, I can't get my lighting figured out today. Oh, there he is. So if you guys want to follow along with this, he's getting a full video series, and then we'll get a guide over on Patreon. Exclamation Patreon.
Your lighting's correct. Stormhost brighter than anything.
I believe so. I think I have it actually.
If not, I can use wooden thing.
I don't know. I thought
That's fine.
Getting Borderlands vibe? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. From the skin. But yeah, that's who we've got saved for over on Patreon. So we'll be doing him. Obviously the mount, we'll be doing the base a little bit later once I get my swamp bases all finalized. Because I've not really done a swamp base before. So I'll get that figured out. And then we'll throw that over on Patreon if you guys are interested. The next video will go up tomorrow. So if you guys caught the first one on Friday, the next one's up tomorrow.
They are so simple.
I think once you get them out of the pot, it's more obvious, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Oh no, Ditto Megan uses his sneaking skills to infiltrate the 13th Legion and announce the Thomas Crusade. Ultramarines suspect nothing. Oh my god, it's so good. Look at him, chat. Look at him.
You got done yourself, Slam.
I love it.
You got it.
Hold on, I need to see. Nothing to see here, nope. Nope, perfectly normal hair. Oh god. Oh god. Whew, okay. Okay. back to painting. It's pretty great, Slam. Well done. And that's my new computer background. Steve, hello. How are you? Thank you so much for 8 months of support. Can I get some love and hype in the chat for Steve? How are ya? What you up to today? Are you here to join the insanity of today? Welcome, welcome in. Ben Holden, hello. How are ya? What you up to today? Steve, I was working on the base for Ixion, and now I'm looking for where it is. Hold on. It might have gone back to the airbrush room. I'll grab a photo later. But we're working on the base for Ixion to get him finished up. Welcome back, Prankster Dragon. How did it go? Welcome back. Thank you again for Rat Bro. Thank you so much for joining our miniature exchange. I am so glad you like Rat Bro. I love that you get to blow up Bill with him now. This makes me infinitely happy.
Wait, what?
I'll come right back to that. Gordog, thank you so much for that sub for 3 months of support. Can I get some more love and hype in the chat? Been all over the place, except the hobby desk. Finally made it back. Stoked to see you guys painting the Kruleboyz. Yes. Awesome. What are you going to be working on today, Gordog? Glad you get some hobby time. Let's see, Steve is currently trying to not lose games in the German 2nd Division in Football Manager. Best of luck, Steve. You got this. You got this. Right, yeah. So, Ben Halden got my Warlock Bombardier from the Miniature Exchange. He made it yesterday? The other day? So, again, if you guys were a part of the Miniature Exchange and you've not mailed out your miniatures, please make sure you do that here in the next day or two. To make sure they make it home to their new homes. Yeah, the first few are arriving now, so make sure you check that inbox. Or mailbox, sorry. Son of Horse is emailing state email. It's gonna become my background at my work computer. Look what you've done, Slam. Look how much joy you've just created. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Saucy Trash has been building a warband. Oh, it's for a historical campaign. Very nice. Is that for a specific game? I'll be honest, I am not really in the know with a lot of the historical games. But we have a few here in chat that play them. I tend to stay on the fantasy side of stuff. Nope, Slam's gonna run the post office tomorrow to get it sent off. Also, sending commission requests. Awesome, we'll take a look tomorrow. I will say it might be a little bit of a wait, if that's okay, but it'll be a lot of fun to work on those together. Gotta get the new schedule out. What can I say? When the inspiration hits, it hit hard. Thank you everyone for hanging out for this crazy stream. I very much enjoyed the Primarchs' Pokemon Gym Leaders. I can't believe we hadn't done that already, honestly. All it took was a raid to get us thinking. See, Son of Horus is asking, chat, do I work on Sevatar, Conrad, Horus, or Necromunda today? What Necromunda do you have? I know Horus just arrived, so I feel like maybe one that's been sitting a little more, if that makes sense. Let's see, Saucy Trash says it's SPQR. It's a Mordheim-esque game, which I've just been introduced to. It gives me something to paint while I wait for Dominion box. There we go. Good, getting to try another system then. That's cool. I've not heard of. I'll have to look that up.
I've heard of it.
Oh, Son of Horus is familiar. SPQR is a super cool game, kind of dicey, but tons of fun. You have Corpse Grinder Cult. Corpse Grinders are cool. I say that or Horus. I know, like, Horus just arrived, but, like, he's really cool, you know? Plus, like, your name. I feel like he should be done. I think those would be my votes, Son of Horus. Necromunda or Horus, depending on if you want, like, a unit or a single duder to work on. Let's see, Gordog's finishing base colors on the Death Guard Hellbrute, so I can apply some contrast. Thanks again for recommending the Master Brush Cleaner. Yeah, I'm glad that's helping. SPQR is a terrible name for a game. I can't Google it. SPQR Warlord Games. There we go. If anyone is wanting to look that up. Add Warlord on there. Let's see. I'm also putting up a new Mordheim warband. I'm going undead, so I can grab some of those beautiful new dire wolves. I guess I'm done talking for the day. I guess we're... If your name is Son of Horus, it makes sense to work on Horus for Father's Day. That's absolutely a good point, Jubilant Jackrabbit. Absolutely a good point. I'm just gonna sit here and not talk.
Works for me most streams.
Yeah, we'll just trade fields last, what, half hour? You get to talk the whole time. And I'll just grunt at you occasionally. Guys, what paintbrushes do you tend to use the most? Sure, so I use Raphael 8404. Exclamation Gear. I know the Raphael is having some stock issues, so if you cannot find them, Scott likes to use the Winsor Newton Series 7. So that is another option. They are both Kolinsky Sable. But unfortunately, here in the States, having trouble getting some of that sable in. So if you're not able to find the Raphaels, that may be why. Rosemary & Co. is very similar to the Raphaels, so that's another option you could look at. But yeah. So they'll be listed there. The prices might be kind of crazy because of supply issues, but you'll at least have them there that you can look them up. Slam. Meh. Scott Sullivan, streamer, artist, philosopher. Yep. Yep. I was looking for a size 2 but struggled. Yeah, unfortunately, just supply issues at this point, and getting them imported in has been a little bit of a nightmare, it seems. I'm a little scared for when I have to buy my next set. I was trying to hold off on switching to these because it had been a while.
That's why I bought like 3 of each when I did my last order.
Yeah, I'll do that this next time. But I didn't know it'd be this annoying. In the same vein, what sizes do you tend to use for most of your sables? Is a 2 and a 2 a good pair? I usually do, and this is Scott too. We have a 0, 1, 2. Is normally all that we use. We don't go a whole lot smaller because you start to lose the body of your brush, and as long as you've got a good tip, you don't need to go super small.
I actually tend to stick to 0, 0, 0. No.
You do the 0, 0 still?
Mm-hmm. Ones are too much body a lot of the times for me, and the tips will split for some reason on the Winsor Newtons.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've not had good luck with their number 1s lately.
Alright, well I do 0, 1, 2 through Raphael, depending on, and I'll just switch depending on what I'm working on. I don't like to go too much bigger or too much smaller. Windsor's slightly larger than the Raphael, so I know the sizing isn't always standard.
They might be.
Might be. We've not compared them side by side, I don't think.
We'd have to get 2 new brushes to do it.
But yeah, you're right. They're not exactly the same across brands. Gives you a good general idea, but
and if you do end up looking at the Winsor Newtons, do not get the miniatures. They are short bristled, which means they don't hold as much water, and the paints will dry out on you.
Just got some Artist Opus brushes, may be difficult to the US, because they're based in the UK. The main reason I also switched to little brushes on the finer point, but it holds less paint. My control isn't great, so it helps me avoid flooding a detail with too much paint. Until like I can afford the Windsors. Yeah, the sable brushes will be a little bit more savings. If we're looking at, because you could look at synthetics. As far as synthetics, the new Citadel ones are actually holding up pretty well. I feel like I'd be okay saying that, like, if you're at the game store and those are there. Those are a good pickup. Army Painter has some nice brushes. Monument Hobbies has some nice ones. If you're looking for a couple different options. I tend to avoid just the regular Citadel brushes, but the white synthetics they just came out with, it's holding up pretty well.
That, and I think it's their Artificer line, it's their Sable. I recall.
Arvels are reasonable. It's hoping to go that way. Yeah, if you can find them at the, like their normal pricing, not the marked up because hard to find pricing, then I definitely think they're worth it. So just be, like, our link is Amazon. Be wary of that. Kind of look around for pricing to make sure that's in line with what they should be at. Then you'll get...
Generally should be looking US $12 to $17 for brush, depending on the size. If you're doing the Raphael Winsor Newtons.
I think last I saw they'd been marked up on Amazon to like 25, and that's too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's a supply issue. I think I have a couple of regular Sable Da Vinci brushes. I've heard good things about Da Vinci. I've not tried it myself, but I've heard good things. But yeah, if anyone's wondering about that, thank you, Sam. That gear list I was mentioning, that's there in chat now. Thank you. I do have a couple things I need to go in and update in there, but
No, go lay down.
that's part of my job this week.
Go lay down. You don't get to eat right now. You ate twice last night. 3 times.
Someone's trying to get food.
11, 1:30, 5:30. If you wait till 8, you will have breakfast at that time. Thank you, but we need you to lay down with your clickety clackety. Go lay on your bed.
Right, Haley? He's still kicking and making brushes. That Da Vinci. What a legend. What a legend.
Oh, no wonder, Simon. Let me turn that on for you.
AC not on?
Up to 76.
Oh. I'm surprised I'm not suffering. Okay. I'm getting down to, like, the crossbow, the arrows, and the
Down to
quiver.
brass tacks.
The quiver on the back. Stretch. Let's see, I like Da Vinci. Their Nova series synthetics are nice, especially if you start messing around with things like oil washes and dot washes. Yeah, I do want to start working more of the oils now that the Black Legion are done. Of course, I say that and Dominion shows up. So once we get through all this, Simon, like, I've had lunch, yes, but what about second lunch?
He doesn't get lunch.
Yeah. Simon is almost 12 and he eats at weird times now. Because he's been sleeping at weird times. So his little old man schedule is it's getting tough some days.
I wish
Be
he
cute,
ate
though.
during the day and slept all night.
Yeah.
That'd be much easier to manage.
I'm not sure how to fix his little schedule. Oils are super easy to work with. Yeah, I need the time to just work on those for a day, which unfortunately I haven't had time to do with commissions and stream and now Dominion. But I'm really looking forward to. I think I'm gonna start with like the washes and some of the weathering, but I do want to do a full piece with like oils. Is the goal, because I like to jump in the deep end. I think some terrain or something would be fun. Who is Simon? He's our dog! Exclamation Simon. He is a Shetland sheepdog.
Just a random person on
He's
the internet saying he can't have lunch right now.
Yeah. He's our baby. All of our emotes and your sub badges are Simon. So he's our little mascot too. But that's who Simon is.
He's now standing in front of the air return.
He's cute. I love him. He is a cute little derp.
So, our air return for our AC is ground level and like a 25 4 by 20 grate, and he will, when it's on, it sucks in, and it has this little breeze, and then he'll rub his face against it too.
So it makes noises like he's flying.
Yeah, it's like his favorite thing to do.
Washers are nice because oils don't have surface tension. They're a lot easier to get into cracks and details than acrylic washers. So where you get off of here? Yep, they are fun. I was talking to Slam because I think Slam should hop in on the oils too. I think that's gonna be right up Slam's alley. Simon is in fact best boy. He is indeed. Simon is best boy. He is he was a couch potato. Now he's can't get up on the couch by himself. But he is the most chill, lazy dog. Snatterino, welcome in. New to painting, is this mini true metallic or non-metallic?
It's a true metallic, but using some non-metallic highlight and shade placements, so that kind of painting by volume.
But yeah, metallic paints. How are you? Welcome in. So new to mini painting, do you have your first project picked out? Or have you already done a couple? If you have any other questions, please let us know. We're happy to help. So welcome on in. I think that's my favorite. Is probably the true metallics, but using the non-metallic kind of method to everything.
Okay, after I get the silver, I'm actually going to come back in with some agrax and darken my shadows some more, and it'll really help pull some areas out. They're still kind of lost.
And then, yeah, if you'd like to see more of our work, Instagram's probably the best place to do that. We try to keep those pretty up to date, so that is both mine and Scott's. And if anyone would like to come join our Discord, that is open to everyone. That's where we hang out in between streams. Sorry, Simon's really distracting me. We do stream updates, we share hobby news, works in progress, all that good stuff in the Discord. Feel free to come join us. If you're a subscriber, make sure you link your Twitch and your Discord for the subscriber lounge, where we hang out during the day. So that is open to everyone. Feel free to come join.
But I turned your AC on. Go lay down. You can't get under Mom's chair.
Hoping to do volumetric metallics on the Stormcast. Gives a good test of the Scale 75 gold set. Yeah, absolutely.
The gold set's pretty good.
Yep, we use their metal and alchemy sets pretty often. I like those.
Their paints are good. They are not.
But I haven't found something comparable just yet.
Yeah.
To switch to.
I'm actually getting some really good use out of these GWs lately. It takes a little bit more effort to get the depth on them, but
they're not as smooth as the only thing.
I've got some pretty smooth ones on them today. I have to thin them down a little bit more. Was all.
Like the pigment itself is not as smooth.
The metallic flake's a bit bigger, but I feel that leads to a brighter metallic finish.
Mouse Paints Minis, welcome in. How are ya?
Hello.
What you up to today? We Sunday streaming. Again, happy Father's Day to everyone celebrating today. We're going to be calling Papa Sullivan here after lunch. Hope everyone is having a good one. Getting spoiled. But we are working on, Scott's working on Yndrasta. So that is our first Stormcast out of the box getting painted. And I am continuing with the Kruleboyz. I've got the Boltboyz today. So the first unit from the box after working on characters all week. I'm working up some skin tones. I will probably finish these guys off stream. Or maybe along with the Gut Rippas, which are the kind of battle line unit for the Kruleboyz. So we'll keep around the units together. Hoping to track down some of the gold pigments from Green Stuff World because they look great. It'll be fun to play with. Yeah.
Get a better brush out for this. That one's shot.
Anyone have plans for the rest of today? Anything going on? I've got to learn some video editing on the new software we had to buy. And then I'm hoping to play some Horizon Zero Dawn. Finish priming Merlin. Cool. Or more hunt. I was gonna say, if Slam is hunting more badger, I'll watch that. But I think that's my day. Which software? We got the Adobe Premiere something.
Element?
Premiere Elements, I think is right.
Hit films as being dumb and not reading the file types.
Let's see, Pure Hybrid says, prepping for getting my airbrush. Is airbrush glazing with a thinned paint significantly worse than with a similar colored ink? Is the pigment that noticeable?
I cannot answer that because I have not tried both ways.
Yeah, if someone else in chat has done more airbrushing with paints versus inks, let us know. I don't use a whole lot of inks. Reaper says, my father-in-law had his Dremel die, so we bought him a new rotary tool for Father's Day, but I have a plan to give him an old hand crank drill as a joke before the gift. Excellent. Excellent. Haven't tried inks yet, yeah. I wish I could help more, but I don't use a whole lot of the inks. I tend to stick to just regular paint. Like, sometimes you'll watch me thin down a paint to, like, make a wash. And I like having the regular paint because I feel like I have a lot more control with it. So I tend to stick to that, and I don't always try some of the other stuff. Because I like the control that I have. It's also why I tend to avoid washes unless it's metallics. You guys mostly use paints. I don't need to worry about inks for a while. I would say, yeah, if you're getting started, maybe try the paints. But definitely something to play with. Don't let us turn you off from them. Definitely still worth trying. I just, I can't help with that specific question, unfortunately. Typical me overcomplicate. No, they're definitely still worth trying. Don't let me, like I said, don't let me put you off from them.
It's not my style of painting, is why I don't do it.
I think if I did more of the terrain, more of the vehicles, I'd probably use more of the inks. But not normally what I'm working on.
I don't do really any, any of the airbrush glazing either.
Is that Groovy? Welcome in. My plans for the day are after lunch, but get more paint on 25-year-old Plague Bearer. That sounds like a good day to me. Welcome on in. Enjoy that time with your Plague Bears and lunch. Lunch is important. Do you have something special planned for lunch? Sounds like a lot of people have special meals today. I tried some of the Daily Brownie inks through my airbrush and it didn't go well. So we've used the white ink for a zenithal is about as much as we have done. But that works pretty well. Let's see, I use an old Pash H airbrush. Can't do some of the tricks of the double action airbrushes, but it's strong like a tractor. Trying oils is like, wait, I can erase and try again? You sure can, yep. You just wipe it away and you go again. When you're happy, you just let it sit for forever. Good to go.
Go lay down.
Yndrasta so party. Are you happier with her now? Getting her worked up?
Yeah. It's still early stages, so.
Try using white ink for zenithal priming, but I want like a wash, so it didn't go as planned. Thanks are smoother than paints because they're completely liquid. Yeah, you're not dealing with pigments and medium. It's a little bit different. But you need to pay attention to the opacity rating of the ink for what you're doing. Let's see. I asked because they're doing nice mid paint job ink airbrushing to put a sideways filter on for a bit of depth. You can. I think because you mentioned going into the deep end, going complicated. It depends on how quickly you want to do some of that. Just a Nashville hot chicken sandwich and jalapeno Cheetos. Spicy lunch. Groovy going spicy. That sounds really good though. Both of those sound amazing. Those are probably my favorite Cheetos. Yeah, the jalapeno ones. They real good. Like the effect they get from the subtle color shift. Yeah. Hop on in if you like how they look. You could try one of each too. Try one with a regular paint. Try one with the ink. See which one you prefer. Definitely a fun thing to experiment with. Took me forever to figure out how to go about painting the Nurgle demons to suit my themes. You can do the glaze thin paint, but it depends on thinning medium to how the paint will react to going down that thin. Yeah. Because they can start to break on you. Kind of similar to how you're thinning regular paint. It can break on you. But if you're experimenting, go for it. While we're talking about food, I had my first cheat meal with since I started keto yesterday. I was good. I only cheated on my side, so I got some sweet potato tots. I was really excited for.
How are you feeling today after the cheat?
I'm actually fine, so it wasn't carb overload.
Good.
So, but now I'll be good for another few weeks here. Figure like once a month I can have a little treat. You know? If I don't go all out, I think it's fine. I couldn't do like a whole day. Hey, Sidestorm, do you guys ever get burnt out from painting? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How are you today?
I'm still burnt out, but I have to paint.
For me, it's usually large units. That's when I get stuck. If I'm doing a bunch of characters, I'm fine. It's the big units that get me. Sidestorm. Do paint still separate like that if you use prep or medium? It must take a lot more at least. So if you use the medium, it's less likely, but they still can. You can still put too much medium and it starts to break on you. Sweet potato tots, yep. So I had that, and then I still did my bunless burger, so I was good. Had a water instead of the cocktail I wanted. I was real good. Proud of myself. Mostly because still waiting for the next weight drop. That side piece, hell yeah. I still need to figure out PSI with my airbrush. When people spray at 20 PSI, is it PSI when it's idling or 20 after prolonged sprays?
Once you push the trigger down.
Yeah.
So you will have to run a couple PSI higher. On my compressor, there's usually like a 4 PSI drop. So I, crank it up to like 29 instead of 25.
Hey, Garlag. So not fair. I mean, if you'd like a preview copy, you can fire up a YouTube or a Twitch, and you can also get one early. How are you today? That's quite a way to enter chat.
We've been building this up for 4 years.
As long as they don't, wait, have trim. What's up, Prankster? Fair, definitely overthin my Chimera in testing. Yeah, and a lot of this, it's going to depend on the brand. It's going to depend on the color. And a lot of it is like, I really hate to give this answer, but it's trial and error. It's getting the feel for it. It's trying it a few times. But yeah, because even like regular paint, as you get closer to white, you have to treat it a little bit differently. You hop to another brand, you have to treat it a little bit differently.
Even between, if you were to use the exact same airbrush compressor paint as we use, there's going to be minute differences in all the equipment, and you would still have a different result.
Environment's different.
Environment
Yep.
and requirements.
That's why I paint all my minis black, says Pat Draws. Can't mess up a good coat of black. Welcome in, how are ya? I like your strategy, Pat Draws. Just nice, consistent. I like your strategy. How are you today? About the burnout on painting, says Prankster. Oh, I'm 2/3 of the way through my Chaos Space Marines. Crusade Force, all the trim is a nightmare at times. I dread to think how it feels after that Black Legion commission. Yeah, it's things like that. It's the large units, it's trim, it's the tedious things.
But you say, like, hey, if Nikki can get through 14,000 points, I can get through 10 models.
Well, I'm being paid to do it, so it's a little...
No, I mean, even with being paid, you still had to have the motivation to do that.
I don't know. I don't like the compare to other people thing.
Payment only... Well, don't compare. Use it as motivation.
Either way, the trim is awful. I find that with airbrushing it's similar to glazing. If in doubt, whatever you're doing, thin it more than you think. Take your time. Yeah. Build it up over a couple layers if you need to. I'd love to get an ounce of Musa black. Was that like the black 2.0 or whatever? Is that similar to that, or is this something different? One of those fancy paints. Yeah, that's all I can come up with, Slam. I feel like I've missed something. Yes, but you can use it. I'll have to look that up. That'd be interesting. I know some people have used it on, like, I'm trying to think of the last example I saw. I feel like it was like more of a terrain or a display type thing that they used it on. Son of Horses. Well, I'll be picking little flecks of resin flash off my shirt for the next 7 years after preliminary cleaning of Horus before his bath.
Did you add that to the gear list? The mini vacuum?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's part of this week.
Oh.
Pat Draw says, have you heard of Transon paintbrushes? I just got a set for my daughter for Father's Day. I have not. Anyone in chat, have you heard of Transon paintbrushes? Saucy Trash says, I can feel the trim burnout. Stupid, sexy Lumineth. It's yeah, it's things like that. I feel like Knights and like Titanicus with a trim there. That's another one that people like. It's a lot. It's a lot to have to get through. Aw, Bear Hugs! Thank you so much for that tier 1 sub. And I get some love and hype in the chat for Bear Hugs and that brand new sub. Thank you so very much for your support. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Vanta Black has a lot of problems, but only one person's allowed to use it outside of military, so... Black 2.0 is nice, because every person's allowed to use it, except for one guy. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Hey, Mixed Raw Meat, welcome in. Isn't it easier to paint all the parts separately and then assemble model? Depends. So you can do either way. Right now, Scott actually has his in sub-assemblies, so the wings are separate at the moment. For me, I'm working on more infantry-type dudes. So I've just put them all together because I'm not worried about going to a higher standard. So it depends. Depends on the project and kind of what standard you want to go to. How are you today? Is there anything you're working on? Yeah, see? Noob looking at the trim of all his Titanicus stuff. It's also 101, I just noticed. So it's time to wrap up here in just a second and get us some lunch. So while Scott's wrapping up, I'll show you what we got here. Here are our Boltboyz. These are the Man-Skewer Boltboyz for the Kruleboyz. For any friend come in, we've been working on Dominion this week. I'll get the other characters here real quick so you can see them. Here is our Merc Knob, our Killaboss, and our Swamp Kalla Shaman. But then the real MVPs. Here's Potgrat and Stabgrat. So that's what we've done this week, and I will continue working on them this next week. So the next few streams, at least, will be more Dominion. But let's take a look at what Scott's got.
So,
You want to show her off and wrap up?
yeah, sorry. I'm in the middle of something. Working on shading.
Alright, well, Scott's working on Yndrasta and getting her worked up today. So we'll be back with more of her, too. I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, 10 o'clock Central. Again, feel free to come join the Discord. That is open to everyone. Subscribers, make sure you link your Twitch and your Discord together. Hang tight. I'm going to find someone to raid. Thank you so much for all of the support today, for the subs, for the bits, for coming to hang out with us. I hope everyone's celebrating, has a great Father's Day. Otherwise, we will see you guys tomorrow. We love you guys, and we'll see you then.
Until next time, take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
David does thank you.